Whoa. Hello. Hello, everyone. There we go. Whoa. Hey. Oh, thank you for the $2 Julian ring. He's back. He's back. Where were you when Lord Bong started streaming? I was caught right in the damn middle of it. How's everybody going? Tell me just in one word how you guys are all doing. One of my friends is messaging me. He's watching the stream right now. Hey, bro. Hi. From space. Let's see, let's start this music stream again. Hey, everybody. Okay, you're all, yeah, alright, great, perfect, meaningless. Oh, well. Meaningless doesn't mean bad. What does zero gravity feel like over there? Well, you don't know when you need a piss, so you kind of have to Russian roulette that shit. That's apparently like a big thing for astronauts. They don't know that when they need a piss when they're up there, and they have to learn how to do that again. They also have to like exercise so their bones don't get fucked up. I think they learned that. We all learned that in Wally. Oh, thank you for the 25. I don't know what that is. Thank you for 25 of it. Are you in a can? Yes, I am. The spaceship really is just a can. Just a can that we throw into space. Why are you in space? Oh, there's a long lore to that, but I don't have time for that. I'm too busy reading stream. Okay, people are making Among Us jokes. Among Us. Bong, notice me, lol. That's my gift to you, Swanyoska. Space is aesthetic. Yeah, it is. Sek is Swedish crowns, Bong. Ah, right. Thank you for the Svenska krona. Something. I don't know. I'm sorry. He's in a giant spaceport Pepsi can. It's 100% true. Weird question. So many strange questions. Do you like Doki Doki Literature Club? It was funny. I remember there was a stream that I was a part of where I was just doing like a voice of a character while my friends did the other voices, and that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I guess I like it for that. Thank you for all your awesome work. It says Nikki Who. Thank you for the $2.22, Nikki Who. I appreciate that. Thank you, L, for the $5. Thank you so much for your service, L. Taking down the Shinigami's puppet. I haven't fucking seen Death Note. Do you like beans? They're pretty good. I like them in burritos. I used to just like... For a while, I had like a diet of just eating beans on toast. It's kind of the most basic thing in existence. It's some dark fucking times. When will the next episode come out? You're gonna have to be patient on that one. It's gonna be a while. Sorry. Please say burger. People want me to say burger. People want me to say a lot of things. We're just chilling out on stream, fellas. Don't need to be anywhere in particular. Don't need to be not anywhere in particular. We're just taking a break from it, from life. Just to sit here. You know what? I'm gonna move my table a bit. There we go. Somebody is messaging me. Oh shit. People want me to say burger. People want me to say a lot of things. We're just chilling out on stream, fellas. Don't need to be anywhere. Sorry. My friend just sent me a video of him watching my stream while also ripping the fucking huge bong. It's incredible. If you're listening to me, Luke, my friend, we're gonna do that again. I'm gonna come over. Oh shit. Hey Thomas. Oh, you're a mod. You'll take care of my stream, won't you? If somebody's spamming. Oh no, now I get it. Now I put the idea in their head. Oh, Space Dandy. Thanks for the $5. My sanity be slipping in these dark times, but seeing you and chilling keep me sane. Keep doing what you're doing, my dude. I appreciate the heck out of that, but I'm real sorry that... Oh shit, my phone's going crazy. I'm sorry that your sanity is slipping. I understand what that's like. That's usually where the most transformation happens. Right now, I have sinusitis. It's making me quite sleepy and shitty. Making me really tired and just a lot of tension in my head. That's alright. I'm drinking and doing editing, so I'll do my best in between beer. Respect that. Just do your best. You don't need to do much. Just do whatever you do. Could you start a membership? I want a membership. A membership to what? A membership. I need Bung to say hedgehog. Yeah, hedgehogs are great. I love them. I'll gladly say it. Why are you in space? Are you safe? You sure you're safe? Yeah, I mean, the crashing into something, the least likely amount to happen in space. You know? You're driving down a highway, there's loads of things to crash into compared to space. It's like even really hard to just comprehend a lack of thing, which is space. Isn't that crazy? Oh. Do you have a team of animators, or is it just you? I have a co-animator. I'm co-animators with ForlornCreature. He was just in chat earlier. Definitely check out his channel. He does these really great stop-motion animations with Lego, and he also helped the he made the Christmas stop-motion on my channel. Just call me Eat Gaming. Says hello from Indonesia. Fuck, I forgot how to say hello in Bahasa. I'm sorry. Salamat? I think it's Salamat. Something like that. Do you like animating? Fuck yeah, I do. It can get like... If I'm in a bad space, it's not fun, but everything is not fun when you're in a bad space. It just becomes work, you know what I mean? Shit. Oh, you could hear my Facebook messages. Oh, man. That's funny. And none of you told me. You could hear no info. In space, no one can hear you get your fucking Facebook messages, bro. Man, I thought that was just space sickness. I don't think anybody's even asked me about this little GIF down here. Still chill though. Just joined and thought he was playing Among Us. Oh, could you imagine? I could kind of see why people would assume something like that now. Maybe I should play Among Us. Hey Bung, what it was like to make videos in space like Bung Origins 2. Will you ever see a Bung Origins 3? Oh man. I mean, it was a lot of fun, but I don't know if I can make any more. Like, there's not much more to do in that game unless I just restart with a new creature. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, I dig the idea. What rocket took you to space? Oh, I think I had a name for it before, but I'm just gonna rename it again. Just some fucking... The USS PepsiCo took me to space. It's just to continue to suck off the metallic teat of the big Pepsi mother in the basement of the spaceship. And then it blew up. It crashed into the Coca-Cola Enterprise. And now I'm here. I'm the only survivor of that horrible cola accident. Do you stay in touch with Gio and Madon? Yeah. Yes, I do. Hopefully, they'll be good to work. But if not, don't bully them, because I don't know, something might get in the way. Life changes. Anyone in the voice chat with you at the moment? No, not really. Do you want to join? Thomas. Oh shit. Thank you, CDR Crash, for the 50 dosh. Hey man, just want to say the trailer is awesome for the next episode. Love the series. I've heard the struggles of animating for my friends, and I just wanted to wish you the best, and I can't wait till the next episode. Take your time and stay safe. Thank you very much. I appreciate the heck out of that. That's a lot of money. But even if it wasn't a lot of money, that's fine. I appreciate it. I appreciate the sending of the intention. And sometimes it'd be like, whoa, you worked real hard for money. And sometimes it's not, but either way, it's all good. Yeah, I'll join, but I'll be nervous. All good, bro. Let me call. So we're gonna have. I am receiving a transmission. If I'm just keep staying in character for the spaceship, I'm receiving a transmission from my.
This is ground control.
There he is. There he is.
Can you hear me? Come in.
We got the boy. This is.
Hey Danny, how's it going?
Hey, not bad. I'm in the spaceship. Where are you?
I'm in my chair.
Oh, fair enough. He's in his chair.
I don't think I've ever streamed in front of this many people before, so I'm just going to be very careful about what I say.
Oh, well, how many people are there? Let's see. There are some people. Yeah. There we go.
Woohoo.
We are all vibing. One imposter left. Vote Danny. No, don't vote me, please. I'm simply a man in space. Bung do be sus. If I didn't know about Among Us, I'd just be like really confused. All these memes, all these jokes. I mean, I'm already confused at like half of all of it. How have you been, bro? How have you been, Thomas?
Yeah, I've been alright. I've got a big freelance job, which is like an After Effects tutorial series that I've been working on.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, so I guess I'm taking a break from it right now and drinking some homebrew Woolworths lager.
Homebrew Woolworths lager.
Yeah, $20 for 20 liters. It's very cheap, but it's like it's pretty good. Because yeah, I've gotten into beer brewing lately.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so they give you the ingredients and you brew it at home, or do you just buy it at the shop?
So yeah, basically, yeah, you just buy the ingredients, mix it in with water, let the yeast do its thing for a couple of weeks, and then put it all into bottles.
It's beautiful. Just letting the yeast grow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared, for the £5. Explain your wobbly cosmic double, spaceman. Yeah, this GIF is me. A few years ago, I was at some.
I really just. That is you. It was so distorted, I didn't even realize.
Yeah. I thought I was looking through the GIFs in my computer, and I was looking for like something that was kind of esoteric and scary, and that was it. The scariest part about it is like that the Coke can doesn't get distorted. Like saving the branding or something, and my body is just like a big spaghetti man.
Yeah, that's just Hollywood these days. All about that branding.
But it's like a big mirror of judgment. I'm flying, I see a black hole, and I see myself in the black hole, because that's what you see in nothing. That's what you see in emptiness. You see yourself. That's it.
Whoa.
Yeah, man. So, these are the horrors I'm facing in space every day.
Is this like a metaphor? Is this what you're saying?
It can't, yeah, fucking sure.
Someone asked in chat before, Andre asked, what's the purpose of this stream?
That's a good question, because it's like asking what the purpose of life is. Oh, okay. Thank you for the Norwegian krona, the 50 Norwegian dosh. You've probably said this, but what's your personal favorite SCP or funniest, best read? Much love from Norway. Jeg elsker deg. I can't read that. I can't pronounce it properly, but that means I love you. Oh, Magnus.
Oh,
that's very sweet. A funny one. There's a funny one actually. Well, actually, this one's quite sad, but I really like it. There's this SCP. I can't remember its name, but it's just called the Telepathic Spider. So if you just write down SCP Telepathic Spider, you'll have a good time. But it's this really dramatic story about a spider that could only speak to humans. Definitely worth a read, or at least watch a video where somebody's done a read of it, and they know how to do an Australian accent. Oh boy. Whoa, you doing a voice chat? Yes, I am. I got my co-animator here.
Yeah, well, I haven't co-animated anything for a while because I've been a bit too busy, but
yeah,
we'll get into episode 8 next, won't we?
Yep, that's the one. And well, I've been sort of like sweeping up the wreckage of the animation that never got to be done. So neither of us have really been doing a whole ton of animating right now, but that's all good. It's all part of the process, you know. It's difficult because it's not like I can show everybody all of the work that I had to abandon because it's full of spoilers and it's just not presentable, and it's mostly writing.
Can you tell us how the script is going for the new episode?
Yeah, it's I'm making it very adamant that this is gonna be like the final draft that I'm doing right now. And what I have to do is I sort of have to focus on the creativity and, you know, try to get in all the ideas that I want, and then afterwards I have to trim it down a bit so it's not too crazy. And I think I'm doing quite well right now with it. It's mostly done now, and I just have to go through it again and again, maybe hand it off to a friend and see if they can give me some advice. But yeah. Do you think that quarantine has sped up or slowed down work on confinement?
Well, I mean, for us, it's like the same lifestyle right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But probably in a dominoes effect way, it has definitely affected me. I can't get into too much detail about exactly what happened, but it affected the work dynamic in the house that I was in a way that...
Yeah, I actually had we talked about this, didn't we? Yeah, I had like a similar like dynamic thing that happened.
Yeah, it absolutely just kind of fucked up everything. Like all of my closest all of the closest people who I was working with all got fucked up at around the same time. It's like,
Yeah.
well, awesome. Thank you for $5, Julian Ring. You like jazz? Thank you. Yeah, jazz is alright. Thank you. £5 from Jiho Kim. Not a lot, but had some extra from work that didn't go to rent. I love you and your work, and I haven't been able to support as much recently. So here, oh, you don't have to worry about supporting me if you can't support yourself for real though. But thank you so much for the £5. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well, and yeah, you have a great day. Appreciate that, Diego. Shout out to Ivy Rasmus. He best boy. He really is. All these fucking Among Us jokes. You're not in Victoria, are you? No. No, that'll be a very different story. I find that lockdown makes me work slower for some reason. I guess that would depend on where you worked, right? Oh, could you imagine if Lord Bung had a normal job? Wow.
Hey, can I please take your order?
Yeah. There's no pickles on my Krabby Patty.
I actually work a bar job a couple of days a week.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I actually really enjoy it. I work at a pretty good bar, which helps. It's like a craft beer bar.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, like the customers we get are usually pretty nice. Like I don't really have anything to complain about with it. So yeah.
I'm gonna edit the stream title to put you in. That's a good idea.
Sure.
With Forlorn Creature. Yeah. And I am going to link your thingies in the description.
Thank you, Daddy Bong.
No worries, bro.
I think I've still got your nickname set as Lego Sugar Daddy, because you bought me that Christmas set to do the Christmas special with.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, thank you again for the $5, Julian Ring. I'll have 2 number 9s and number 9 large. Just go through the whole thing. I appreciate it. Lord Bung did not make any animations. 2020 humans would be dead already. It's true. It's true. Still just talking about vents, all of them.
How to vent?
No, just vents. like the the Among Us vents.
Oh, I don't know anything about Among Us. I haven't been on the internet much.
No, yeah.
What is Among Us?
It's like a little game. I only just got introduced to it the other day. It's just a little. It's a little like The Thing game. You know that movie The Thing?
Oh yeah, I love The Thing. That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's like the concept. You know, you're just trying to find out which one of your space cadets are not who they say they are. But they don't turn into a monster or anything, which makes me upset.
Yeah. So is it? So it's kind of like is it Trouble in Terrorist Town that it's like a Gmod or a Counter-Strike game, whereas the same sort of thing?
Yeah. Like I guess if you could water it down to like those werewolf games or Town of Salem. Or something.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Me Too Among Us is kind of overrated for me. I mean, it's fun. You know, if I want to have fun with people, if in a group, that's fun as fuck. You know. But I've reached a point where I'm trying to be able to enjoy the company of people no matter what we're doing. You know, we could all just be like in a circle jerking off, or we could just be I just started off with like the most extreme example.
Yeah, why don't you invite me to the circle jerking off party, Danny? I feel left out.
We're co-workers.
Yeah, you gotta build the company spirit, dude.
Like, oh, those fucking bosses that take them out to retreats to like help clear our minds.
No.
Just get into a circle in the basement and jerk off on the intern. Oh no. Oh
Man.
no. Why is me and Lord Bung's username red? Oh fuck, it's just another Among Us joke. That's it. We're the imposters. There's so many people who like... Is it a thing in... for people from Russia or Belarus or Ukraine or any country that uses Cyrillic language, are you only able to write using the Cyrillic keyboard, or is there... can you change that? I don't know. Because I see people typing in Russian and using the Cyrillic text, and just like, I can't read that. You think I can read that? Do 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 do. Hey Lobong, what's your favorite line as Connor? Oh shit. I don't know. That's kind of a rough question because I write my lines, so it'll be really weird to say to say like, yeah, this is my favorite. I did this one. I like this one. I don't know. I kind of like going back to my lines and making fun of them, but yeah, what were you gonna say?
My favorite Connor line is, "It's payback time." Remember that bit?
No, I don't.
That was really good.
I don't remember that.
Oh, maybe we're watching a different one.
No, we cannot change. Just write it. That's so good.
It's just like a funny looking alphabet next to everything else.
Yeah.
I also kind of like the idea that it takes like a lot of effort to do that. Like presumably they're going to like another tab, pasting some text in, copying it, and pasting it back.
Yeah. What was the funniest moment while recording? Sometimes I'm doing like a song and I really get into the song, and you know when you're just having a really good time and there's a part of you that's just a little bit embarrassed that you're having a good time, but you're still having a good time. That part. It's hard to explain. Doesn't really have a word, I don't think. But yeah, it's like, haha, what am I doing? This is so fun. Yeah, I don't know. This is dumb. Do you see Mars? It's been a long day. What? It's been a long day. Please tell me that you see Mars. That's how I'm interpreting that that question. I'll keep an eye out for Mars for you, because it's been a long day for you, Electrobot98. Swedish is simple. Just add 3 more letters. Oh. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Auf Wiedersehen. I just felt like highlighting this. Oh, thank you, CDR Crash, for the $5.
I looked it up. It means goodbye.
Oh, I know. I know what that means. I was looking at the 3 letters that the Swedish person was sending.
Oh, okay.
It's called cringe. It kinda is, except it's almost like pushing through the cringe and realizing it doesn't matter and just have fun anyway. It's almost like the relief that you get when you overcome cringe. You know? Cringe is such a powerful weapon. But it feels great when you realize that it just don't matter. It doesn't matter at all, you know?
Hey, Bung, do you watch Evangelion?
No, but I've been meaning to, because it's gonna be a long trek to just watch the whole thing.
Because I love Evangelion. It's one of my favorite shows.
Hell yeah.
I just like, it's just one of those ones that like after I watch it, like my brain just like starts thinking about it way too much. Maybe it's like an ADHD thing or something, but like it's great.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get caught up in the universe of a show that I just finished watching.
What show did you just finish watching? McLeod's daughters.
Nah. I'm not quite finished yet with. Oh no, I already said this last stream. I'm not gonna say this shows that I haven't finished yet.
Oh, yeah, okay. Because they'll spoil it. Yeah.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, American Gods is finished. So that's one that I was obsessed with, just the idea because of just how open-ended the universe can be. You know, when you create a rule like, oh, there is a god for every aspect of society, and then they don't show all of the gods, and it just leaves you this huge realm of, you know, creativity that you could just run around with. Just like, oh yes, there's got to be like a god of green capitalism, and you know, a god of all of that. You know, have you watched Steins Gate? I actually have watched Steins Gate, and it's pretty funny.
Somebody asked, "Hey Bung, what's your favorite anime if you have one?"
Oh,
Have you watched many anime?
Not a whole lot. There are like short films, I guess, or like movies.
Yeah.
Dead Leaves is pretty good.
Okay.
There's this cool little. There was this like 80s. Oh, Akira, I guess that's also really good.
Oh yeah, Akira, of course.
But there's like this 80s sort of thriller sci-fi 3-parter movie, animated movie. I don't remember what it's called, but these guys go into a spaceship, and the spaceship, it turns out there's this like cybernetic virus that sort of traps you in there and gives you these, like, it visualizes all your desires while they just eat away at your corpse.
Ooh.
I can't remember what it was called though, but I was on LSD at the time, so I can't remember.
Yeah.
$5 from Chef. How do you find your voice talents? If you need any more, what's a good way to contact you? If you can at me on Twitter with a demo reel, that'll be great. And I can't guarantee that you'd get the part, but that's the best way to do it. And thanks for the $5. Thanks for $20, Celestial. Stay safe, enjoy yourself. Tell your mate his voice is amazing and really zenning me. Yours as well, of course. Hell yeah. Would you look at that?
Thanks, I'll try to keep it up.
Bung, got any screenshots you could leak for episode 8? Well, right now they'd just be my Google Docs, like with the writing, and I can't do that, I'm sorry.
If you want good like episode 8 content, you should sub to him on Patreon.
Hell yeah. Do that. If you want, don't have to if you don't want. I'm finally diagnosed with ADHD without the hyperactivity, and the meds I'm given just straight up eradicate my general anxiety. I almost cried when I realized my anxiety was basically cured. Oh, hell yeah.
That's a really good story.
Yeah.
I've been thinking a lot about I've started doing therapy again recently.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking a lot about the possibility that I might have ADHD, because I have like severe issues with focusing on stuff.
Yeah.
But then on the other hand, like I can hyper focus on stuff really easily.
Yeah.
If it's in like the right context. So yeah, I don't know. It's
yeah, I
don't know, maybe
I get what you mean. It isn't like a universal you can't focus on anything. It's
No, it's not quite like that, but it's like a lot more days than not I find myself just kind of like getting sucked down the rabbit hole of stuff that like I shouldn't be doing. But part of me believes that maybe it's like it's just social media makes me feel like I have ADHD, because I just get sucked into like social media stuff.
That's true. I mean, social media perpetuates like impatience and instant gratification, and and it's so easy to just do it, you know, it's just in your pocket, you can just do it any time in a day, that you can just end up forming these habits where you are just completely lost and looking for instant gratification. And also, like, the ADHD boom, the boom in diagnoses for ADHD happened like what, in the 80s or something, when kids didn't want to do their schoolwork. And it's like, well, yeah, like most people don't want to do schoolwork. So if you have symptoms of ADHD, they are going to come out in the schoolwork. But then I feel sorry for the kids who like schoolwork, who do have ADHD, but who don't get taken to the doctor because their parents are like, well, it's fine because they're good at schoolwork. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, the other thing with ADHD is it's very difficult to diagnose once you're an adult because you have to establish that you already had it when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Which, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm probably just like regular brand autism or something like that. Definitely one of those.
Yeah. Also, like ADHD is made entirely up of symptoms that exist in other common illnesses, you know?
Yeah. Well, like the main difference seems to be is with from what I understand, things like Asperger's and autism, it's an inability to recognize emotional cues is a large correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think that's like a large part of the symptoms for it. And
Right.
ADHD, that's not necessarily a part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just like a big old spectrum now. Well, not now, I mean, it's always been, but we're just coming to understand it more as what it realistically is, which is a complicated thing. It's complicated.
So I guess the question is Connor autistic?
Is Connor autistic? Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Although I mean I say that, but then I worry that, well, what if I write him in a way where he can't be? But then how does that you know, it's not that easy. You know, he's gonna be a character who is in a situation that is unusual. So it's not really like an easy point of reference to be like.
Yeah, because he's had a pretty weird like upbringing, right? Like his whole life with the Foundation is would make anyone's thought patterns very divergent.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the $10. Orphan88. Have either of you watched the anime Mushishi? I'd recommend it if either of you haven't. Seems like it'll be right up your guys' alley dealing with the anomalous entities. Mushishi. Let me just quickly Google search that. I've seen this guy before, like profile pics and stuff.
Mushi. Oh, have I told you about Midnight Diner?
No, I don't think so.
Started watching this show on Netflix called Midnight Diner. It's the most wholesome show I've ever watched. It's basically just like this guy in Tokyo. I think it's Tokyo. He owns like a restaurant. It's a very small restaurant, and he's open from midnight till 7 a.m. And the show is just 20-minute episodes about customers that come into this restaurant and the way that they form relationships and change each other.
Right.
It's super wholesome. Like you get all sorts of different little stories about these people.
Oh hell yeah.
And every episode like comes to some sort of like emotional climax. Like it's just so lovely. It's the feeling that I get from watching like Star Trek, but like more wholesome. It's so good.
Okay, for everybody in the chat worrying, Moist is autistic. That's I know Moist. he is doing a gaff. But he will definitely 100% blame his autism on the fact that he does not care that people think he is joking. He is a character. I had Canon Connor as having clinical depression anxiety, but I'm not sure if he'd be neurodivergent. Yeah, he's definitely... I'm not gonna be taking the show in the aspect of just dissecting his specific label. It's gonna be more just the story and how it pushes him to his limits regardless of the fact that he has or doesn't have a neurodivergency. Because he's in such a strange scenario anyway, that the fact that he would have social difficulties outside of his control is already a metaphor. Fucking Moist. Alright, thanks for the £5, Moist, for just...
New title for the stream.
Oh no. This is it, the downfall of Lord Pong. He's holding a Coca-Cola can. Yes, he is. What was I talking about? Yeah, so you can look at the whole thing as a metaphor as well, you know, like Connor is being held back by something, or he feels like he's being held back by something. He's in such a strange scenario where people don't want to listen to him nearly as much as they would somebody who isn't an anomaly, you know. And the kind of strangeness that he is different from the kind of strangeness everyone else is. And I intentionally make everybody else in the show, all the quote normal people, they are all a little quirky and a bit strange and a bit stupid.
Yeah, like Dr. Fish is literally a fish.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character.
But even like you have the general, he's hyper aggressive. You have the you have Dr. Wilson. He's very mouthy and judgmental. You have the dingus guy and Mr. Pierce, and he's like opportunistic and weaselly. Everybody has their own thing, and those are personality traits that are accepted in the job that they are in, and Connor doesn't fit there, even if he wanted to. So, and he does want to. He does feel like he is in denial about the whole thing, but yeah. Connor eat pant. Dr. Bright ever be introduced into the universe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
Alright, Denny, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Okay. Love your videos, by the way. The stream is going great, but it really distresses me that I can't see your gameplay. Oh, I'm not gaming. Oh, unless you're saying you want me to game. I might. I might. But I'm not sure what I'd play. I wanted to play that game Everything, but it doesn't have a windowed mode. It does. Oh, actually, maybe it does. Oh, I'm tempted to try. Let me just see. Nah, I'll save that for a stream where I'm alone. There's something in your work that makes me nostalgic every time I watch it. Oh, well, I appreciate that. Although that might just be the fact that it reminds you of my last upload, which is so long ago you might as well call it nostalgic. Maybe he just loves people, whoever they are. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but that sounds like a wonderful person who you're talking about. How much Lego does ForlornCreature have? I don't know, probably as much as I do. Will you ever add the Scarlet King to the confinement series? I'm not sure. He seems pretty significant. I'm worried that people would feel that he needs to be more significant if I add him in, you know what I mean? Would you ever write SCP articles for your characters? Like maybe when the season's over, but not right now, because then things are still happening to them, you know? But yeah, maybe. Or Bong, if you like, I can give you an idea of what it's like to try and make friends or even be in a social situation from somebody that is on the high functioning end of the spectrum for autism. Oh yeah, I mean, give me some interesting words of wisdom and knowledge. I'll definitely, well, hopefully I'll be able to read it. When does the next video come out? You're gonna have to be patient. Still fixing up the writing that kind of went down. The crazy, repetitive writing that happened.
Alright, I'm back.
Hello, brother. Did anything happen to Dr. Wilson when he murdered that guard in episode 5? No. That could, I mean, maybe something did happen, but he didn't get fired, if that's what you're asking. The fact that it was underplayed is kind of like well, this has happened before, but we're still gonna keep him. that could be your own set of commentary. You could just go on in your head. Will you ever play CK3? What's CK3? Crusader Kings 3? I haven't played the first two. We will make delicious like smashing. What? Today we will make delicious like smashing. Whoa. That's a crazy sentence. Hey, what's that door at the top of your cockpit? No, that's the Pepsi logo. I drew it wrong. Fuck. Do you ever think you'd be working on Confinement, the series, for this long? Also, have you watched Primal? It's groovy. It is.
Yeah, watch Primal.
It's groovy as fuck.
I keep telling you. Did you watch it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
It is amazing.
Have you watched all of it?
Yeah, all 5. It's like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
actually, no. I think a 6th episode came out as like a special.
Oh shit! No, I haven't seen that then.
I haven't seen that one yet either.
It finished at the gorilla one for me. The gorillas.
Yeah, the gorilla one was like mind blowing.
It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. I love the colors they used for all of the villains.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the way that whole episode is like split into 2 parts is just there's like nothing like it being made. It's so good.
Yeah, just caveman dinosaur, no talking.
Yep.
Completely fluidly animated.
Yeah. Directed by Gendy Tartakovsky of Samurai Jack fame and the 2003 Star Wars Clone Wars series, which is one of my favorite things of all time.
Yeah. Oh, I fall asleep to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, his version of Star Wars. That's
how cool is General Grievous in that show?
Yeah. I appreciate the fuck out of his existence.
Yeah. I think also the behind the scenes on that Star Wars Clone Wars DVD was like partially what got me into animation. That and like the behind the scenes for Monsters Inc. I think when I was like a kid.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, they there's like footage of like Pixar from that time, and they're like doing like airplane competitions where they make paper airplanes and fly them across their big hall, and they're all like riding scooters. And I went and rewatched it. They have like a monkey in there for some reason. There's just like a monkey hanging around the Pixar offices, and it's like no one says anything about it, and it's just there. It's so weird.
Do you think that they get paid well though?
I think the higher up guys definitely would.
Probably.
I think everyone there would have like a pretty decent pay because it's like one of the top class studios.
Yeah, probably they would. I just hear a lot of stories about like offices that are just really fun and quirky because it's cheaper to have it fun and quirky than to pay them well.
Well, it's kind of like the Google thing where like, are they making it fun so that they make you stay there longer instead of like going home to your family?
Yeah.
Is it culty? Is that what this is?
I think it absolutely is. Like, without the intention of creating a cult, but just like, there is no upper limit to how much you can work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just today I watched The Social Dilemma on Netflix, which is that documentary about all of these people who worked on Google, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. They sort of come out on this documentary and they're like, yeah, basically this whole time we've been manipulating society. and like, my first reaction is like, yeah, no shit, but they go into like really specific detail and they make me think about all of the things that stops me from going oh shit to oh shit. Earlier I was talking about how like social media makes you have the addictive gambling mindset, where you just crave instant gratification all the time. And they were talking about just like the entire generation of Gen Z, completely grown on that. They have a little pacifier in their pockets that whenever they get stressed out, no matter what situation they're in, they could just go onto that, and that'll become the basis of their patience. checking their phone, and how it's designed specifically to keep you doing it, to keep you checking back in, you know, like directed ads with like they connect you with friends, they connect you with the type of people they think you'd be attracted to on Facebook. You know, they're like, hey, you should send a friend request to this person, or hey, your friend just uploaded a photo of this, etc., etc. And
well,
how,
like I think the way that YouTube subscription feeds work now is very indicative of that, because like
Yeah.
it used to be that you subscribe to someone and then it just populates your feed, but now it's like even the subscription feed is curated, so like it's an algorithm trying to figure out which videos you actually want to watch, and putting those up higher, and it's like it's really annoying because like you'll miss stuff from smaller creators that you want to see.
yeah.
And it's also like really insidious because it's like I'm being manipulated in the content that I watch.
Yeah, like it's trying to make it more convenient for everybody on the planet to live a certain way, which is just an easier way. And only a small amount of people would go against that and go out of their way to, you know, look for what they're looking for. In every aspect, but most people will just go with what is easier, what is already playing next, what's on the queue. Or like on Facebook or Twitter, where you just get bombarded with the opinions and facts that you already agree with, and it'll make you just feel like, oh well, I'm right, because I'm in a community where people agree with me.
Well, I found my issue with Twitter was like I'm mostly off Twitter these days. I found a really good way to get off of it without deleting it. But a lot of the time I'd find myself getting sucked into Twitter because you'd see someone like saying something outrageous and like someone quote tweeting them and going that blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And so it's often like that kind of like anger response that I was like feeling whenever I read Twitter for long enough. And it was like but it was about stuff that like honestly I didn't really care that much about, or like I didn't really know about like 30 seconds beforehand.
Yeah.
It's just so
gets
wasteful.
You in there. It gets you in there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the $10, Celestial. When is SCP Musume coming out? God, could you imagine? What if it is real? What if SCP Musume is real? I actually don't know. Somebody tell me if it's real.
Wait, I don't know what Musume is.
Oh, it's like
I know what Monster Musume is.
Yeah, it's basically just like a parody.
So like they're all forbidden to have sex with the SCPs instead of monsters.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
It's just like half the fan base. Twitter is the biggest leftist bubble. Well, I guess you're on the wrong side of Twitter then. Well,
yeah, you just gotta follow the right people for it.
You just gotta follow the right-wing people for it. Or Facebook. I mean, if you honestly want to get more conservative, just go on Facebook because it's full of older people. They don't like change, so they're gonna stick with Facebook. Sorry, it's true. God his ass. What is your favorite SCP? I think I said it earlier. I mean, I suggested one that I liked, but
I think we've gotten that question quite a bit.
Yeah, I like giving a different answer now to every time.
Oh, okay.
So
your favorite SCP is all of the SCPs because I love it all.
All of them equally. They're all beautiful. There is like this one joke SCP that's my favorite, where it's just like this guy that shows up in these facilities, and he's just been documented on several occasions where he just shows up.
Oh yes, I know that one.
Yeah, and he has no idea why he's there. He's just...
Yeah, I forget what his name is. Yeah, I know that one.
But like the logs that they wrote him down in is just like, you have this base in the middle of the desert, and then suddenly he was just in the hangar just asking for directions, and then like another one is just like, we have a base, it's the bottom of the Marianas Trench. He just shows up again.
It's genuinely funny writing.
Yeah,
it's a really good one.
How long have you been animating? I don't know, when was the first episode of Confinement? Like, because I wouldn't really consider Bone Chronicles animation. That's just like, kind of
Well,
is.
you kind of slowly transition from like it's still animation.
Yeah.
Like I'd say it's animation, but it's more like I think you call it like animatic style.
Yeah.
And then Confinement was kind of a jump, and then by the time you get a couple of episodes in, like it's like definitely animation. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, what he said. What are your thoughts on the Smiling Friends? It was created by Michael Cusack and Psychic Pebbles.
Love Smiling Friends.
It's really funny, yeah. It's really good.
I watched that pilot like 3 times. It's so good.
It's pretty damn funny. And I love Michael Cusack especially. If you guys haven't seen his channel, it's pretty much exactly what Australian culture is.
Still need to watch that the new Crystal Fantasy show that came out.
Crystal Fantasy.
Was that Michael Cusack? Or am I getting that mixed up?
I'm thinking of YOLO. That's about it. That's what I know his new thing is.
YOLO, yeah. That's it. YOLO Crystal Fantasy, I think it was. Yeah, we're talking about the same thing.
Hell yeah. Will you work more
Let's
with the
get
Vulcan?
drunk.
Let's get drunk. I will be working more with the Vulcan if he is interested, and I'm pretty sure he is.
By the way, the Volgun is like the nicest guy.
He's pretty great, yeah.
He's just like super lovely in the way that he speaks.
He's chill.
It's like, yeah.
He's got a great voice that's like, I am your father.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's like good father, not like go out for milk and never come back father.
That's right.
He's like the father you wish you had.
Yeah, he's a father that actually brought the milk home.
Yeah. Daddy.
He's the daddy, you know? Anyone could be a father. It takes a lot to be a daddy.
Yeah. Oh, what program did you use when you started animation?
Oh boy.
What program do you use now?
In my very first videos, I actually used Windows Movie Maker.
No way. I used to use that too.
Hell yeah. But when I was a kid, I used to do stop motions using Microsoft PowerPoint, where I would because I was just experimenting as a kid. This is pure, in my opinion, this is like pure childlike creativity. Is a good example of this. Not to jerk myself off, but as a kid, I would open up PowerPoint. I would attach my webcam to the computer. I would find out how to take photos with the webcam and upload it straight into PowerPoint, and I would do that to make the Photoshop. And it was such a weird, laborious process. But I used to make a lot of claymation like that. So, whoa.
I used to have an old like point and shoot digital camera, and like I'd take pictures of Lego figures when I was like 7 or 8. And then if you when you were like looking through the photos, if you held down the directional button, it'd flip through them at maybe like 3 frames a second and make animation for you.
Wow. Hell yeah. I remember later on I found out that there was like a program I could use where they would give you an onion layer and everything. It'll actually work.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was such a game changer. I don't know why I stopped. I think school started.
Yeah.
School made me feel bad for doing art sometimes. Well, sometimes I did. It's school for me, like the way I saw it as a kid, it was just like, why is everybody competing for which is the best subject? Like all the teachers were like, they all seemed like slightly resentful of the other teachers for not teaching the right thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't know, maybe that was just me looking for validation as a kid. Like, oh, how come the PE teacher thinks doesn't look at me the same way that the drama teacher looks at me, you know? It's crazy. Like, I didn't even have an intention for what to do in the future. I just wanted to make all the teachers like me. I don't know. I'm sure some people are like that. I just came back and I heard the word daddy. It's exactly right. Why do you call yourself Lord Bong? It's just funny. It's just funny. It's not funny anymore for me, but it is funny.
I call myself ForlornCreature because I'm sad and alone, and I'm a creature.
I'm typing as I type with my flippers. Frame After Effects. Mam shmam. I don't know what mam shmam is. I like that word though, mam shmam. Let me look it up. Some stop motions. That looks fun. Hell yeah. Claymations. I remember I was in some group call with somebody and they were like, "All right, you." Oh no, I was with my old housemates and they were like, "Hey, put on some videos from your childhood," and they were all these really horrifying claymations, every single one of them. And I guess I didn't realize how horrifying they were until I showed them. But it was just these really like brutal horror stories with blood and gore and dismemberment and
Yeah.
but it was just like pretty okay claymation.
Yep. I think my favorite like content when I was younger tended to be the more like edgy, like violent stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's coming out now in confinement. You know, I'm just like the part that I sort of skip over the most is the fact that there's so much violence and you know, so much death, but without any consequences. And as a kid, that's how it felt when I was looking at all those horrifying things. It's just, oh, it was a little clay boy got squashed, covered in blood. No consequences. Everyone, the faculty staff, are friends with each other. Janitors and guards included. Alright, that's a good thing to know.
We've had a few questions about whether you've watched JoJo's.
Oh,
have you seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I watched the condensed version of the first season.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I started to watch like the normal version of the second season, and I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I think it was a little bit too anime for me.
Right.
Kind of like how My Hero Academia is sometimes a little bit too anime, but you know what I mean, like, right, where it's like, I don't know, stuff's just like really like over the top and like insane. But I guess that's kind of the appeal of it too.
Yeah, I hear that that's the appeal, and I guess since I haven't seen it, I wouldn't be able to tell if I like it or not. But just from what I do see, it looks like really strange candy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just put it in my mouth and it's like, this will take a really long time to get used to, you know?
Well, I think also like pacing wise, like stuff like that kind of anime where it's like quite long seasons and a lot of episodes, it's like a lot to digest. Like I tried to get into Naruto as like an adult. I found like these edited versions where they like put the episodes together as if they were like the tankobon volumes that you buy the manga in. So they were like hour-long episodes. They'd cut out all the fluff, and still the pacing was glacial. It was so slow at times. I got about like 80 episodes in, I think. I was like, it's nuts.
Do you have any plans for future projects after wrapping up Containment? What project will that be, if you can talk about it, that is? I don't have a set-in-stone plan. I have a bunch of ideas, but they've kind of just been fading away from me as I try to focus on this right now. But thank you for the $5.
Are you still thinking? Because I remember you were teasing some Transformers stuff at some point. Are you still thinking about that, or is like that kind of fading at the moment? Or...
I don't know. I really fucking hope I have something that I want to do after, you know. Thank you for the £5, Mr. Flange. The idea is really fun to me, you know. Just Transformers, like, I don't know, that kind of goes down to my roots of just, like, the things that I found cool to look at as a kid, you know? So maybe, hopefully.
Look, I mean, like, whatever you make next, I'm pretty sure your audience will probably be like pretty receptive of it.
Yeah,
Everyone here seems to be pretty cool.
Yeah, I hope so. I forgot to say this, but happy Bisexual Awareness Week. Oh hell yeah, this is my week now.
Oh yeah, happy Bisexual Week.
Happy Bi Week. I don't know if it's actually Bi Week or if it's just some shit.
Oh well,
some
we should
shit.
celebrate bisexual people anyway.
Yeah, Bi Week is every week. How'd you get in touch with Ivory Rasmus in order to make the confinement soundtrack? Oh, Ivory and I have been friends for a while. For a few years actually, just sort of we've known each other. Yeah, so that's how we do it.
When are we getting Bung Bionicles content?
Bro, could you imagine? We should do that instead of Transformers, just the Bionicles.
Yeah. It's like Transformers but cooler, and they've got like stolen Maori names, like Rock.
yeah, for real. But they don't transform though.
Yeah. Oh, some of them do.
Yeah, I guess
That's
so.
true. But yeah, no, didn't they steal a bunch of names from like indigenous New Zealand?
Yeah, like like Matanui just means like home island or something in Maori.
Yeah. Also, the Bionicles timeline was really confusing as a kid. Like, and I think it's probably even more confusing now because, like, I think the second movie was a prequel to the first movie, but they didn't explain that at all.
No.
And then the third movie was also a prequel.
No, it was. It was like a prequel, but it happens after the second movie.
Yeah.
So like it goes Metro Nui and then Web of Shadows and then the main one that everybody knows.
The Mask of Light, yeah.
Mask of Light. And then there's another one that was like set millions of years before all of that.
Oh, what? I don't think I saw that one.
It was the origin of the Jesus figure in their religion. I forgot his name, but he's like the Mask of Light.
Oh, okay. So was Mask of Light the first movie that they made the most like chronologically up to date one?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea. I really liked when Parakas came out because it came out with that like Evanescence song. I think it was an Evanescence song, but it was just a bunch of like Lego Bionicles just running around underwater in the deep sea. We just had fucking creeping in my soul. Just it was so good.
Like, yeah, they're not that cool.
What kind of music do you like? Any recommendations? Holy Suns is pretty good if you're into dark music. Like Source Decay or a Source Decay by Holy Suns is really nice.
I just like to listen to the Pokemon theme songs.
I recently got into Studio Killers, so definitely check them out.
Studio Killers is great.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think I've got one of their albums.
It's a really kind of like a bold choice to put on the music videos because of how out there they are. But it always works every time. I always show people, they're like, this is a fucking mood. It hits a certain kind of mood, you know.
I think their album, the self-titled one, Studio Killers, is it's one of those albums that like you can just put on at any time, and it's never the wrong time to listen to it, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I say that like I know which album that is. I'm just thinking of the ones that I do know. Oh, Stromae is real good. What else? I'm just gonna look through my Spotify. Let's check it out.
Do you ever listen to Anamanaguchi?
Anamanaguchi?
Yeah, they did the Scott Pilgrim vs. the World video game soundtrack, I think.
No, sorry, I don't know.
There's also Kero Kero Benito is one that I really like. People in the chat, please support me.
Hey Bung, have you ever seen the Japanese intro for Transformers Animated? Not the Japanese intro. But I definitely have seen Transformers Animated. I love the fuck out of that show. What else? Okay, well, there's just like a lot of hippy dippy spiritual music on here too. Any fans of Krishna Das?
I've been working a lot lately, and the two things that are at the top of my Spotify are the White Noise playlist and the StarCraft soundtrack.
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah, I love putting on just like ambience of the Hoth base on Star Wars or something like that.
Yeah.
Raloff of Riverwood, thank you for the $2. 20. I hate info hazards, just putting that out there. Uh-oh, that's an info hazard. I'm gonna make the picture bigger now.
Lily says,
Shit.
Isn't Japanese Transformers just Gundam? And I find that highly offensive.
Yeah,
It's actually Macross, so...
Bro. Oh, there was this fucking episode of Regular Show that was like a 20-minute special where it was just a full like Evangelion Gundam giant robot war.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It was great. It was just like the little ducks from that really early episode. They combine with everybody in the park because this giant toy company comes in and they're like, we want to make you, Mordecai and Rigby, the face of our toy company, and make action figures out of you. It's like, no way, dude, your action figures suck. And they go into this giant mech war between them and this like corporation. It's so good.
Oh man.
It goes really extra. Like it just goes like galactic level. I'm in Spanish class right now. Why am I watching this? I'm supposed to be learning right now. Uh-oh. You ain't gonna learn Spanish today. You're just gonna listen to my dumb voice talking about giant robots and looking at this gif of me dancing like a disheveled spaghetti man. Oh, Transformers just rip off Evangelion anyway? Get the fuck out of here, Lily.
Oh yeah, it totally ripped off Evangelion, even though Evangelion came out like a decade later. But it's true.
Evangelion is a ripoff of Depression? Can you clarify that?
Yeah, it is.
It's
the whole
true.
show is about depression. Kind
It
of like
is.
how Confinement is all about autism. Evangelion is all about depression.
It's true. It's true. That special was awesome. Always had a love for Regular Show. Yeah, oh man. I watched all of Regular Show with my old housemates. And it was genuinely such a good idea. Like, I cannot express what are you putting here?
This is a GIF I made like years and years ago when I was like probably made it when I was like 16, which was I collect, like, you know when you see a 3D movie you get 3D glasses.
Yeah.
I made this GIF of me just like in stop motion stacking all of the 3D glasses that I collected up on top of my head. Anyway, that's what I just sent to you.
Alright, I'm just trying to sign in. Ugh.
Oh, Dropbox sucks.
What am I looking at? I can't see anything, bro.
That's alright.
Camera
Well,
uploads. Is it in camera uploads?
Hang on.
Do, do, do. Nah, Simpsons did it first. Men hi from Russia. Like, men hi from Russia. I don't know why. Why that's funny to me. All the men in Russia say hi. Thank you. Not the women, please. Get them out of here. Who voice acted in your show Containment? I don't know where to begin with that question.
Containment had a lot of voice actors. Containment was a really ambitious show. Hundreds of voice actors in Containment.
I'm gonna put this GIF in the stream.
Finally, I can get some validation for a GIF that I made 10 years ago.
Let's get this in here. Alright, this is my boy Thomas. I hope you don't mind that I've been using your... I haven't even asked if you're okay with your real name being used.
I think it's fine. I'll probably... I've thought about like switching over like my online stuff to like just my name at some point.
Yeah.
I don't know, 'cause I think I want to move away from Lego animation stuff as well, and I think that might be part of it.
Yeah, make a sequel to these glasses.
I've got more.
You've got more glasses.
Yeah, I
Hell
have way
yes.
more glasses now. Cause
Yes.
like every few weeks, like me and my family, like my mum would just invite me and be like, "We're all going to see this movie," and I'd be like, "Okay." Usually it's like whatever the latest Marvel movie is, and then I just collect everyone's glasses. So
Oh, okay.
it's probably like 20 or 30 sets of glasses a year. And they're all in a box underneath my computer monitor. So actually, if I lift it up, let's see.
This is basically the vinyl pops of the cinema world. This is it.
Yeah.
This is how you get it.
Yeah, I don't even... Do they even put out movies in 3D here anymore? I can't remember the last time I saw one.
Yeah, me neither, actually. Man, what the fuck?
Yeah, okay, I've got like 60 of these.
It's always like, every time I go to the cinema now, it's always like a variation of... it just has a special name, and then it's allegedly like, oh, this isn't a different quality to that one. But I genuinely can't notice.
You know, one of the mind-blowing things I found out in like talking to someone that's actually like an editor in the industry, was that most visual effects are done at 2K resolution, which is basically 1080p. So like if you're seeing a movie in 4K, like the latest like Marvel movie or whatever, and it has visual effects in it, you're still just watching like a 1080p movie. Like
Wow.
which is funny because I think that kind of makes you really think about like how important is resolution actually in like enjoying things. Like I think I can enjoy like watching a TV show in standard definition, and it's just fine. Like
absolutely.
I like watching DVDs.
Yeah, I never really understood people who have this like feeling. I mean, if the option is there to have it in the highest quality, I'd choose it, but I don't.
But I think like once you get into it, like a couple of minutes in, you just stop noticing the HD stuff, and it's like you're just following the story. If it's like worth watching, like you're just getting absorbed into the story. It doesn't matter like how high definition it is.
Yeah. It's almost like they're so afraid of their eyesight going that they cling on to this, you know, like this is all I have left.
Like it should look the same to me when I'm 70 years old and have terrible eyesight. Like,
oh, well, when we're 70, we just plug our minds into the cinema scope.
Oh yeah.
And we just see the film in 4 seconds.
Yeah, we plug it. I'll plug my brain into Elon Musk's brain hyperloop system.
Into just Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He's seen every movie. We're just eating his memories.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. The name of the thing that we're plugging into is just like Daddy. That's what it is.
Oh, that would be so
That's
poetic.
the name of the service. Yeah.
That will be the Daddy ship instead of the mother ship. Oh man. Kids movies in 3D sucks, but I think horror 3D will be cool. I don't think I've seen a horror movie in 3D, even though I'm sure.
I don't think I have.
I'm sure that happens.
I saw Shrek 3D.
Yeah, I saw Shrek 4D at Universal Studios.
I saw Simpsons 4D.
What, is that a thing?
Yeah, I think at Universal Studios they had I think there was a Simpsons 4D thing when I went.
Does it work in 2D animation? I didn't think it would.
I remember it being really impressive.
Okay.
I can't remember anything else about it.
But did it just look like they were all flat, like in different layers?
I can't remember. Like it was when I was a lot younger.
Do you pay your voice actors or do they volunteer? Some of them volunteer, but some of them are like they require payment. But I try to offer, like, yeah, I'll pay you if you're struggling. You know, I'll pay you for your work. But if you really want to volunteer, then that's fine by me. but a lot of people from the beginning just volunteered, like the Volgan or Gmodon. Yeah, that's basically been the history of it. But then you have people like Brock Baker who do payment because he's a professional voice actor and everything, or Chris Guerrero. Horror is the best type of movie. It is one of the best types, you know. I forgot which film director said this, but it was like, oh no, I think Stephen King said this. It was like, the best kind of movies out there are horror and comedy because you can hear it working from the outside of the film. It's like, oh yeah, because you know
That's kind of a cool point.
Yeah, you could hear him laughing, you could hear him screaming.
I have noticed that a lot of first-time directors will gravitate to like when they're doing their first feature or short films or whatever. Usually the two genres that come up the most are film noir and horror. I think it's because they're both like genres that have a lot of tropes that you can play on and break, and also are generally like pretty low budget in their setup as well, so they're a bit more achievable.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Dang, my mom said I have a nice voice and I really want to try. Okay, well, if you have a nice mic, you could at me on Twitter with a demo reel of an example of your voices. I can't guarantee that you get in, but yeah. There you go. Woke up at 6 a.m. just to see what Bung looks like. Oh, you don't have to wake up at 6. You just watch some of the old streams. You're gonna watch this when you wake up at a healthier time. When is a new episode out? You must be patient, my son or daughter or non-binary royalty. We are here now in this stream. I'm in space, sitting next to myself dancing with a can of Coke, and we have the Deal With It Man.
It's so cringy.
You're only allowed to call yourself cringy on this stream. You're not allowed to call anyone else cringy. So,
yeah.
There you
go. Yeah, your GIF is not cringy.
Yeah, my GIF is cringy.
Pretty based.
It actually is pretty based just because of the fucking weird kinetic energy it has.
Yeah. Is this the self-aware filter or something? Like what's...
I think it's just called G Magic. I don't know.
Definitely magic. There's you with caffeine, and then there's you without
me without caffeine over on the left. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah. It's true. It's 100% true. There was just a lot of stress that I was trying to avoid by being a fucking goofus. I mean, I'm still a goofus now, but it's on a less stressful level of energy. How do I say this? Like, if you could just divide up the way people behave, you can just have like low anxiety and then high anxiety. And high anxiety goes from, you know, worrying and concern and distraught and distressing over to laughter. Laughter is just, Alan Watts says laughter is just another form of laughing. It's just nervous energy, but in the form of laughter, in this exhale and this release of nerves. You know?
Yeah.
But that is what it is, though. Like, when the things that we laugh at are the things that confuse us, and it is just a tragedy, but it's a certain kind of tragedy that we laugh at because of whatever context we're in. It is kind of a nervous energy, so I definitely laughed a lot more during the years where I was a lot more stressed and a lot more panicky and a lot more crying and a lot more big, loud, aggressive boo-hooing.
Inferno Gaming says, Bung, your animations make me happy, and they've really helped me through my depression, so thank you.
Oh, Oh, that's so
And,
sweet.
yeah, it is sweet. And Welp That Happened said, for Corner's voice, do you just use an American accent?
Yeah, like a really general kind of Doctor Strange American accent.
I've
Yeah.
do you use mostly American accents in confinement, and is that a choice that you specifically made?
Yeah, absolutely. For a lot
'Cause-
of reasons.
yeah.
But
I actually did the same thing in my Lego Minecraft animated series.
yeah.
And I think it's because like I made the decision because I listened to Australian stuff and I was like, ugh, it doesn't sound cinematic, I guess. Like
Yeah, exactly.
it's like a brain association thing.
Yeah, it's we are so enamored with American culture, no
Yeah.
matter where you are. It's just sort of because it is the, not to make it sound dramatic, it is the world order. It is the new world order. It sort of laid down the standard for what is entertaining and what is storytelling, you know. And if you are going to use, because if for me to do something like taking something that we all know and using that familiarity to take you onto a different adventure, you're gonna need a communal thing that everybody knows. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but weirdly, for Australians, that's American movies. We all know, you know, there are a bunch of American shows and movies that I could talk to my Australian friends about. They have no fucking idea about, you know, like Upright. Have you seen Upright?
No, I haven't seen that.
Fuck, it's fucking amazing. How about Mary and Max?
Oh yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I've seen that
I've
one,
met
yeah.
the guy that directed that.
Oh really?
He gave me my scholarship.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so I got a scholarship to study film and television.
Yeah.
And it was a film competition, and the MC for the ceremony was I think his name is Adam Elliott. I want to say.
Right.
Let me just double check that. Yeah, Adam Elliott. Yeah, he's just like a speaker that you can get for hire for like events and stuff, and he tells his whole story about getting an Oscar. But yeah, so he was the one that read out my name for the scholarship, and then a couple of years later, when I was at that university and I was actually helping out with the event that I got my scholarship in, he was there again, and yeah, I had a little conversation with him, and I don't think I left a very good impression. So,
Oh.
yeah, like we had this conversation where I did like this bit of stop motion for the ceremony, and he was like, "Oh yeah, how long did that take you?" And I was like, "Oh, like 4 hours or something." He's like, "Oh yeah, that's not very long, is it?" And that's my Adam Elliott story. He like,
Fuck
he
yeah.
totally just like dunked on me for not spending enough time on my stop motion.
Oh,
So when's your next movie coming out, Adam?
Yeah, fuck Adam. I haven't seen Mary and Max 2 in a while.
Yeah.
God, I hope Max comes back. How's it feel to be so talented and awesome? Don't say that. Don't say that.
Feels pretty good, thanks.
Feels good though. No. I appreciate that. That's very sweet. And I like how, as you were telling your story, just somebody called the ultimate giraffes as poggers. That's kind of what, like, I was listening to you, but my left eye was getting drawn to ultimate giraffe. This fucking profile pic of just a glowing giraffe. Feynman actually brought me to do voice acting. It's a good thing that I'm practicing doing voice acting and trying my best to be a voice actor. Thank you, Bung, and thank you, other voice actors. You all inspire me. Oh, hell yeah! Follow your dreams, experiment, and don't get upset if the dream doesn't go where you want it to be. Just you could always start over. That's my favorite. My favorite quote by Sharon Salzberg is no matter what, right down to the last second, you can always start over. It's like, fuck yeah. That's
Unless
right.
you're a daredevil.
Unless, yeah, no, that's sort of a one-way thing.
You can't really start over.
Just have to reincarnate to somebody who doesn't have a fucking death wish, you know? If you were to simp out for an SCP, which one would you do so for? Simping for an SCP.
Ooh.
Like, does it have to be sexually simping? Boy.
Oh well, there's the one that's the pile of flesh that like attracts people to
Oh
it.
yeah, well that would be like the simp flesh. That would
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the flesh that makes you simp. That's what that should be called.
yeah. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it'll have to be that one. I like that story a lot because when you're reading through the when you're reading through the article, when they're going through tests of like having all of the people taking a look at it and getting confused, like just one of them turns a slug into a dog. Just like, uh-oh. Get him out of there. Oh man, definitely the piece of toast. Is there a piece of toast SCP? I wouldn't be surprised.
There's the toaster SCP.
Yeah, I remember the toaster. That one. Did I end up putting that in an episode? The toaster.
Yeah, I think it's in like a little montage somewhere. I
Okay,
think.
good. Because I remember writing out that joke and being really satisfied with myself. Just like, because the joke is like, whenever you talk about it, you can only talk about it in the first person.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I remember the time I met myself as a toaster once, and I was pretty pissed off at myself. You know, just I really like that SCP. Did some company offer you some sponsorship, and are you willing to take one? Yeah, but they were, I took too long.
Would you drink Pepsi again if they sponsored you?
Oh fuck no! Could you imagine how much money I'd get?
Yeah, but like imagine you get like to the point in your life where everything's perfect, but like you take on this Pepsi sponsorship, and as part of it, you have to drink Pepsi, and you're like, oh god.
Oh, like in the they say that you have to drink it in the ad.
Yeah.
I would just empty it out and fill it with water, you know. The can.
Yeah, you're just drinking like a clear Pepsi.
It's like those supermodels who drink the or who eat like Carl's Jr.'s burgers or whatever.
Yeah.
So you know they're throwing it up later.
They just spit it out after the ad's done.
Simp contain protect. What am I looking at? Hey Bong, how's your bum going? Broke it again? I did not break it again. Although that would suck, wouldn't it? Sometimes when I'm doing like when I'm trying to elicit like a strong emotional response during meditation, for example, I go back to the time where I fucking broke my ass. It's just like a
That was my lowest point. When I broke my ass.
It's just such a fresh one, you know?
Yeah.
Even though it's been a while, it's such a fresh, intense, I couldn't ignore it feeling, you know? Usually emotional ones you can ignore pretty well, but just like, no, you can't ignore the fact that you can't stand up.
Yeah.
Why you change your PFP? I liked your old one better. I'm sorry that you like my old one better, but that's just the nature of the universe. Look at this. Look at that face. Look at my profile picture. Look at me. Look at my boy Thomas dealing with it. With all of those glasses. He's in the 333rd dimension looking through all those glasses.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, you see some stuff.
You see some shit.
You wear that many glasses, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like for episode 8. I should just say that at the start of every stream. Like the stream for episode 8.
Like this stream.
And I'll end up, when I finally upload the episode, it'll right at the end of the video, it'll just have a compilation of all of the likes. Being like, wow, you guys really changed my mind. I wasn't gonna upload it until all of these streams when you liked my videos.
Having finished a web series, I have to say, like, those questions never stop. They always ask for the next one. There's always someone, like, 8 years later, who's like, "Wait, where's episode 10?"
Yeah, yeah. I'm probably gonna call the last episode like the confinement finale, and they'd still be like, "When's the next episode?"
So, yeah, I really like this one. When's the next episode? That's the best thing. Is like you spend like months working on an episode, you put it up, and then like as like they're 2 minutes into it, they just post a comment like, "That was cool. When's the next episode?"
And that's totally valid, you know. Like,
Oh yeah.
And it's a nice thing at the same time as an annoying thing. So I just try to look at it like the nice half of it. But
Really
yeah,
motivating too, I think, because it's like,
it can be, yeah.
I think knowing that like people care about it can be motivating. It can also be really pressuring as well.
A little bit, yeah.
But I guess it's up to you to determine how you interpret that pressure.
Yeah, that's true. And give equal time to what you want, as well as what other people want. You know, because if you're directing all of your energy onto what other people want, and then suddenly you realize you don't want to do something right now, and it's like, why am I having a bad time doing this? Oh, I don't want to do it right now. To do it
Lightning
later.
Speed says, "Hello in biker school." I like that his name is Lightning Speed.
Oh, that's so good. Don't go cry, Inferno. Unless it's happy tears. Or if you really need to cry, then cry. No shame. Don't be ashamed to cry if you need to cry.
A doctor says, "So Bung, do you like Tom and Jerry?"
Yeah, bro. Love Tom and Jerry. You see that finale? They just kill themselves.
Okay, here's a tasty one. Zach Ulysses says, "Something bugging me for whatever reason. I heard Australia is really ... rectal about censorship, and I'm getting rid of anything offensive. I'm hoping that works produced in country aren't subject to the same." I think he's gotten some impression that Australia has got a lot of censorship in it. Which I don't know, like we're a pretty crude culture of people. Like,
Our video game industry, yeah?
yeah, well, we only recently got the R rating
Yeah.
for our video games, which is I think in American terms that's basically like the X rating. Or that's more like the NC-17 rating actually.
Yeah, yeah, I don't really know that much about it. I just know that everybody who talks about video games in Australia always bring up the censorship, but I can never tell if that's like a valid thing or if it's like that these people just happen to be quite vulgar and gross and they are just disappointed at the slight censorship that might be there. I don't know. But I do remember playing a few games in Australia where they completely blocked out scenes that were considered to be in particular. Like, people complain about censorship when it has to do with a very particular thing. It's not like we are more censored than America. It's just that censorship laws always affect particular, very specific things. So, in the South Park game I was playing here, they got rid of the abortion scenes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is,
Oh.
you know, whatever. It's
Yeah.
not like they just covered the screen while I had to blindly click buttons. They just skipped over it.
Yeah.
You know. But it's not like we have It's not like we have crazy actual freedom of speech laws that stop us from being able to protest in our government, which is the important freedom of speech law. It has, nothing to do with the fucking dumb video game, no violent or whatever. It's not dumb, but we have a very strange government in that we do not have what America has, which is like this kind of neat polarization, which causes a lot of violence and distrust and hateful attitudes, which sucks. But
yeah, well, I think by American standards, we probably have like a pretty left-leaning, like political spectrum mostly. Although we do have a lot of like bad stuff going going on in the high up, like rich people and all that sort of thing. But
yeah,
it's,
but
yeah, like you're right. It's not like we're like left and right, conservative and liberal. I think. Well, actually, like our Liberal Party, so we've got two parties in Australia. Our two main parties are Liberal and Labor.
yeah,
And the Liberal Party is actually like the more conservative party.
yeah, the more conservative, but and more capitalistic party, and
Yeah.
And they are the dominant party right now. They are the ones that have always been quite dominant. And Rupert Murdoch owns the newspaper, or the most circulated newspapers and media on television. And our television news organizations are also paid for by the government, so they have to remain fair.
Yeah. Also,
so
our film industry is also pretty subsidized by the government as well. We don't really have a self-supporting film industry, which is kind of sad.
So the reason I say like we're not like America in that we don't have that polarizing culture is because our culture has been so quietened down to just be sort of obedient and have to listen to all the bullshit that we see on the news, you know? And you have a bunch of old people who are like, yeah, these fucking immigrants are too bad, you know, and then you have all the young people who complain back but really don't have anywhere to go in terms of venting that frustration, except for maybe Twitter.
Yeah, but then like Twitter, there's like no nuance on Twitter either, so it's just like...
Yeah, it's limited. Yeah, so we don't have a very... In terms of freedom of speech, systemically... things are a little weird here, you know.
Yeah.
There's not much of a threat of anarchy going on here, but that doesn't mean that it is good. That doesn't mean that it is all good just because it's calm.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I know that I'm just gonna vote for Clyde Palmer in the next election because he's definitely gonna do a good job.
Thank you for the $10, Zach Ulysses. Last one. How's the Great Emu War taught in Australia, and is there an emu political party? Love you, lad. All that you do. I wish there was an emu party.
Man. We don't talk about the Emu War. That was really embarrassing.
Yeah, like I didn't hear about it until after school.
Yeah. No, we didn't actually learn about that in school. What did we learn about in school?
Just the Vietnam War, just because we were sort of in it a little bit.
Yeah.
And they try to do like and at least in my school, they try to do like make a big deal out of how we weren't as bad as the American soldiers. That was all I remember from that.
I remember we did like a bit of Indigenous studies stuff, but like missing a lot of important information.
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you provide the whole context, then you might actually feel bad about the system and about the way everything is and how we continue to live off of it, or we just act like everything around us, we just sort of take it for granted, but it's like a fluid ongoing system that is perpetuated by people doing things that we've been told are normal.
Sapphire Cutie Pie asked Marmite or Vegemite, and I believe the answer is Vegemite.
Yeah, it is Vegemite. That is absolutely right.
Who has Marmite?
Thank you, Sapphire, and I'm sorry that you even had to say Marmite.
Oh yeah, do you guys know what Anzac is?
Do any Americans here know about Anzac? Yeah.
Yeah, we have. I did like. I used to be a school captain, and like we had like Anzac parades. We'd have to like read out stuff about the Anzacs.
Yeah.
It's the Australian New Zealand Army Corps. It's basically like when Australia went to war in like World War II.
And won.
Yeah, we went together with New Zealand, and that was the Anzacs.
Yeah. Yeah. World War I and II was they're the soldiers that we sort of
Oh, it was World War One too, yeah.
culturally fixate on to honor, and I do in the same way that you know, it sucks. It's like they were sort of forced to go. At least in World War One, they were forced to go.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine like conscription happening now. But like, if World War Three happens, like, would we have conscription? Because I'd probably have to go.
I think we do have a kind of Commonwealth deal with the Queen, where we might have to go, but
I watched Band of Brothers, and I don't want to deal with that.
yeah. Sorry, there's a guy named Tyson just screams in the chat. I just got beat up for eating a hot dog.
Yeah, you deserve it,
Tyson. I'm so sorry. So sorry. But at the same time, we have like a military and everything. I don't think they'd be conscripting us, right?
I don't know.
Like we have I at least see all of these advertisements in cinemas. I don't know if you see them, where they're just like,
oh yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
they're just like showing footage of the military or the Air Force or the Navy, and they're like, do what you love or some shit like that. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, nobody wants to go to war. You kidding me? You don't do that. Don't write it like that. Be honest. Be honest. You want more people to go to war.
There's a 10% chance that you might have to kill someone in this job.
Yeah.
Or get killed.
Yeah, and you'll have to live with that. I could see people wanting to join the military for a community kind of thing, where it's like discipline and routine and all that, but
my great grandfather, he lived to a very old age. He died when he was 104, and he fought in World War One. And recently we found these recordings that had been made when he was like in his 90s, I think, where it was like interviews with people with like veterans. And it was really funny, like the way that he talked about being in the war was like so like different to what you usually hear from veterans, or like the sort of the way that war is portrayed in media. Because like he just had like this really like jolly, like funny way of talking about things, and like the things that he's talking about are like genuinely horrific.
oh jeez.
I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, or like if something bad happened, he'd just be like, oh yeah, that was really terrible, and then he'd just move on. But it was really fascinating. He told this one story about how him and his mate were in this dugout, and a like a mortar shell came down and hit like right next to them, and luckily it was a dud. So now I just think of it, like when I listen to that, I was like, holy crap, like my entire like bloodline, my existence is allowed to be because that one like mortar shell was a dud and didn't explode.
Oh, which was he in World War One?
Yeah, in World War One. He was part of this it was this thing called the Bicycle Brigade, where like him and all of his guys would like ride on bicycles and set up like anti-aircraft guns.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, there's not much about it, but it was a thing.
Sounds like a
I think when
Mormon
he came
thing,
back, he
the
went
Bicycle
into
Brigade.
like repairing bicycles.
Oh
So, yeah.
fuck. Wow, he must have had to learn to be really chill about it.
Yeah, I don't know. He's strange guy. I don't know. Maybe if I became like a big director, I'd make a movie about that. That might be cool.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so good. Will there be an episode with SCP-999? Ooh, maybe. Ooh. Or is probably inevitable. I only hope it'll be short and less people dying. Yeah, that's like the best we can hope for in this system. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
on,
well, I think the way that the war is portrayed is very different these days to what it would have been in the early 20th century.
Yeah, it's all about like, do your country proud, join the armed forces. This is the pinnacle of what a hero is, you know, national. Like
Yeah.
Have you seen like early Captain America is always like pinning him as like a hero for being a soldier. That was his whole thing. And then later on, the comics have been like, the definition of a hero changes culturally, so that he's a bit more defiant in authority and all that.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting just seeing where we are culturally.
Well, now when I think about war, I just think about like the opening of Saving Private Ryan and like a soldier holding his guts in, screaming for his mummy. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty horrific.
yeah, and then like you
War
zoom
is
out.
awful.
I don't know which. I think this was in Band of Brothers when they zoom out from all the horror and you just see like, you have like a bunch of high-ranking British soldiers and high-ranking German Kaiser soldiers sitting in this booth far away from the violence, just watching their soldiers fight like a chess game.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's it. You know, there are people who are orchestrating this from a distance, who are completely unscathed and who are going to take the glory for the victory. And yeah, it's a little upset. It's a little upsetting.
Band of Brothers is better than Saving Private Ryan, Stephen Finney. That is correct.
It's true. Up until now, I hated the idea of war until I heard about the Bicycle Brigade. I want in. Do you think they're still doing it to this day?
I think that's actually, maybe that's something I should really like research, because that's not something I've heard much about. It's a pretty whack idea.
I always smile when I see a new vid from you. Thanks for making me happy, especially these days. Oh, thank you, Outvoid. That's so sweet. I wish I could upload more so I can make you smile more. Oh. Soldiers, incoherent screaming. Military industrial complex. Haha, gun go brr. Yeah, isn't it kind of fucked up that we live in a society, that we live in a world where it is just industries competing against each other, and they are the dominant godlike superpower that determines the fate of every single person on this planet, and there is a military industrial complex, and their entire motive is that to just make sure war happens so that they can sell guns.
How does America put so much of their money into the military? Have you like seen like that image where they like cut up the average American tax dollar?
Yeah.
And like a third of it goes into the military? Like,
yeah. This goes years of just like, because you can't undo the paranoia of insecurity. So like 9/11 happens, airports change. Okay, it's been 10 years. Can we go back to the airports being normal again? They're like, no, what if it happens again? Okay, 10 years later, no, what if it happens again? It just that and that and that over and over again. And what is it? The TSA is mostly just performative. They don't actually. They can only help you. They can only help you if the terrorists are doing the exact same attack they did before. They're not going to stop you from any new attack. So it's useless. You kind of have to use preventative measures to stop terrorism, not this performance bullshit of just like, hey, can you take off your shoes at the airport? I had to do that when I went to LA. They just asked you weird questions, and it wasn't like shitty, but it was interesting just how different it was there. It was people were more okay with there being more security and more military. It was their normal for them, An idea guy. We save money by not having universal health care. Or save. This quote, save. Thank you for the $2, and yeah, good point. Oh, this is getting spicy. Hey Bong, why do your live streams always dive into politics? I don't know. It just goes there.
because everything comes down to politics.
Yeah, actually, I have this like argument in my head all the time. It's not really an argument. It's more like me ranting in my head. Where because I've heard people say that a lot. It's just like, why is there politics now? Hey Bong, why are you talking about politics? Hey, why does confinement have this thing that's vaguely political? And it's like, well, everything is political.
I think you get to a certain age and you just start like, I don't know, learning about the world around you in that way, and it's just kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's
To be ignorant after that? Yeah.
it is really difficult to be ignorant about it, but also, I mean, it's not super difficult actually, um, uh, but you realize that there is the connection there, and you sort of have to accept that the connection is there to politics, before you can decide whether or not you want to bring it up or whatever. But politics is just another dimension of reality. You know, you could have like the scientific dimension of reality, which encompasses all of reality, and then you can have the political one, which encompasses all of reality. You could have a spiritual one, which encompasses all of reality, you know, etc., etc. Philosophical one, environmental one, you know. And the political aspect is something that you are going to see, even if I don't use words that you would link to politics. Like confinement is set in this private prison where Connor is being wildly mistreated by these very strictly authoritarian figures, and it's depicted as not a good thing. So if you want, that is already political. Whether I like it or not, that is already political. There's nothing I can really do about that. The only thing I can do is just not use buzzwords, which seems to be just good enough for people, and they say, well, it's not political because he didn't use buzzwords, he didn't make any reference to the modern day world. So, then you don't care. It has nothing to do about politics, you know. It has entirely to do with, I don't want to be told what to believe, you know. If you don't care about politics, if you really quote don't care about politics, then you'd be able to listen to as much politics as I can yap about, and it wouldn't affect you. But because people who say don't make it political, they're all they're saying is, I don't want to be told what to believe, I don't want to change my mind, and I get particularly triggered by the buzzwords used in politics. So okay, that's fine.
We live in a society.
We do. There is an alternate reality where Lord Bong starts an OnlyFans, and that's this reality, baby.
Oh, we were talking about OnlyFans the other day, weren't we? You're gonna start a bunghole OnlyFans?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be feet pics, butt pics, and feet butts.
On political stuff, I think someone said something about healthcare earlier.
Yeah.
The only like big political thing I'd ever want to really say is like we have universal healthcare in Australia, and it is fantastic. Like I've been through multiple situations where like I would have been screwed, or people near me would have been screwed if we didn't have universal healthcare. Like,
Yeah.
it is amazing.
Yeah. Not to make it too dramatic for me, but my mom had to get a cancerous her cancerous ovaries out of her.
Yeah.
And yeah, could you imagine if I couldn't afford that?
Or like you have like some like I've had people with like broken bones and stuff, and like you just go into a hospital, like they check you out, do everything they need to do, and you're out, and you don't have to pay anything. Like, it's insane. And like you look at these horror stories of like people in America where the same thing happens and they have to pay like tens of thousands of dollars. Like,
yeah, for a complete accident, something out of their control.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, really, and like the idea that people would be like against that is kind of sad.
Yeah, but that's that's our version of normal. What's normal for us here is what we've already had.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get quite offended either way, even though what we're basically saying is we want people's health and happiness to be prioritized above the rat race of the social Darwinism that you see a lot in places like America, but also here we still have some problems here.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about how we can fix things. I want to pay a company money as they work off the poor. And wait a minute. Yeah, exactly. It's just like you can. Yeah. Once you reach a certain level once you pass a certain threshold of, oh, it's all connected. then it's hard to not see, you know, Bung, the work in your work is amazing. I appreciate that, homie. Plus respect. Thank you. Meanwhile, in America, you stub your toe and you're 17K in debt, and your great grandkids are paying it off into their late 60s. Feels bad. Feels bad.
Yeah, this is getting deep, Khalil Morris. Maybe we should pull out.
Time to pull out. Politics, or in other words, ignorance is bliss. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. I mean...
Yeah, I feel so uneducated in politics, like...
Yeah, I mean, same. Like,
yeah, it feels like one of those things where I don't feel like you'll ever be at the point where, like, you understand everything, and if you do think you understand everything, it's like, no. Real men do pull out Hammerfield.
Jeez. Yeah, because you only end up understanding politics from your particular skewed perspective of what you want.
Well, it's all about, like, it's like, it's such a nebulous concept, and it's all about, like, the information that you know, and, like, you're never gonna know all of the information.
No,
so,
yeah. Because your brain automatically decides certain things are irrelevant, whether you like it or not. And that's kind of scary, don't you think? Just like... I mean, I understand why it's there, because if we just took in all the information that we see every time we open our eyes, it will just fry out and die. But the default mode network in your brain decides that, you know? Well, we decide it over time from what we learn, but there are just things that are basically invisible to us, and that we never end up going down that route, that rabbit hole of knowledge, because of something that happened in your childhood out of your control. It's like, okay, well... that's irrelevant. You're not going to look at that. You're not going to look at spiders. You're not going to look at... I'm trying to think of things that I can't think of.
We're getting a few people in the chat who are saying they can't keep up with what's going on.
Oh, I have no idea what they're talking about. I feel like we're very epic. Right now. Spooky. No spooky? Yeah, there's no spooky right now. Yeah, some questions can't be answered. Yeah. And I think that's something that we have to accept, you know? I think this obsession with learning things is just a way of trying to control. Because if you're trying to organize the world in such a way that makes sense to you, that's you trying to control it in your head so it doesn't stress you out and freak you out. But because you can never know everything, I think it's a lot healthier to be able to accept when you can't understand something, that you can't understand everything, that you can't feel satisfied, because your brain just wants to make you keep working. Your brain if it makes you feel bad for staying still. So I think it's very important to acknowledge that.
Logan F says, "Can you do your deepest voice, please?"
Deepest voice, please. That's about it, I think. Can we please carve on your gravestone? When is the next episode? I don't think I get a choice in what you get to carve on my gravestone. If you could find my gravestone, you can do it.
Yeah, just desecrate your gravestone.
Can you confirm if episode 8 is going to be a thing? Thanks in advance. Absolutely, it's going to be a thing. Don't worry, I'm making it right now. I'm paying. I'm writing right now. It's almost done. The scripts.
Hopefully, you're paying.
I am paying. Don't worry, bro. Don't worry. Please subscribe to my Patreon so I could pay my boy Thomas over here.
Yeah, I need this money to finance my my hobbies.
Your homebrew beer.
Yeah, my homebrew beer. I need $20 to make more beer guides. Oh yeah, and rent.
And rent, yeah, of course.
Who's your Smash Bros main?
Oh, the Villager. How about you?
I haven't played it that much, but I'd say Donkey Kong. I like playing Donkey Kong last time I played.
Hell yeah.
I like doing the spinny attack because it's real cheap.
Yeah, it's pretty bullshit.
Yeah.
Acceptance...
He also makes really funny faces.
He does. Acceptance of the burdens of life isn't giving up. It's understanding life as a whole and can help better a person. It's true. It's true. Because when we fight against the things aggressively in our life that we haven't accepted, then it's almost like we're pretending it isn't real. It's almost like being in denial. You know, like I must kill it. I must kill this part of me that I'm ashamed of, or that I'm trying to push away. You know, that I'm trying to control. No, you have to accept it first, which sometimes feels like giving up, but that's just the way we are kind of trained to view the world, especially if you grow up in a competitive society or a capitalistic society where everything is valued based on how much work you do, how much you suffer, how much you spend time perfecting something.
Glockadile asks, why did my parents get divorced?
Sorry, the name Glockadile is funnier than the... than
I don't know why your parents got divorced, Glockadile.
I'm gonna
sure
need some more context.
They got divorced because it's not your fault, okay?
That's it. Listen to him. He's right. Just be straight up when promoting your Patreon. Be like, I need food too. I don't promote it a lot because I'm pretty fine Patreon wise. If I want to be able to pay other people more, or hire more people, then that's what I would be doing, you know.
Do you reckon you'd start an animation studio, like a proper little studio?
Oh god, could you imagine?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Well, I was thinking like pie in the sky, like what's like my ultimate goal sort of thing. I reckon running like a little animation studio would be a really cool direction to go.
Yeah, I'd work for you.
Oh yeah?
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'll hire you.
Yeah.
Deal. Shake on it.
Will Connor escape the facility or will be stuck in there forever? Well, I can't answer that. I think you know why I can't. Did you just say prefecting? No. I hope not.
No, we just have Australian accents where we slur a lot of things.
Oh, I think Sapphire is Australian too.
Oh, okay.
You shouldn't have shot them with your Glockadile. How not to be sad? Well, I find that if I set up the expectation to never be sad, that makes the sadness worse. I think the first step is accepting that sometimes you get sad. And it's not a failure to be sad. It's not like one of those rare occasions where, like, oh, fuck, the car broke down. It's just a part of reality. It's important to be sad sometimes, you know?
My answer to this question is more simple. I would say go to your nearest ramen shop and purchase a bowl of ramen.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, go out, do new things. Oh, maybe they can't actually. Maybe they're stuck indoors.
Yeah, no. I think we both dealt with depression quite a bit.
Yeah, but I was depressed pre-COVID, so
Yep.
I mean, this sickness is is pretty depressing actually. Like it makes me think I'm depressed sometimes, you know, like because I'm like tired, my head hurts, I'm walking around as if I'm depressed because I'm tired, and that kind of results in this sort of, you know, like when you force yourself to smile and you actually feel a little bit happy. It's kind of like that, but with depression, you know?
Oh yeah, like your physiology and your mindset totally affect the way that you feel.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And so, like, you can change those things. So you can read like self-help books and stuff about like things that you can do to work on those two things.
Yeah, basically your personality is just a bunch of habits that you've collected. So to change that, you just need to change the habits, and that's easier said than done. But it
But
does.
if you do have like neurological issues that are like causing you to feel sad all the time, which like that's something that you need therapy for, and like someone that can make a better judgment on like what is actually going on in your head and whether it's something that you need more help with.
Bung is most definitely a simp. It's true. I'm a simp for that fucking gif right there of the deal with it. I'm simping for your gif, Thomas. Why'd you ever grow that beard? Look at you.
I look like a baby when I shave off my beard.
Very tall baby.
Yeah. Or I look like the Blue's Clues guy.
Oh, therapy is expensive, boys. That's actually true. I keep forgetting that some of these
Oh,
people
that's right.
aren't
Yeah,
from
that's right.
Australia.
They don't have health care.
I'm sorry. I mean, mental health here isn't the best, but it is apparently better than America. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all who have to, or whoever, wherever you live. Moscow, we have problem in space. Lord Bung in space has hijacked ship. All astronauts shoot Lord Bung. Why did you say Moscow and then say astronauts? You mean cosmonauts, right?
Cosmonauts, yeah. You got enough oxygen in there, Lord Bung?
I have enough. I have been able to inhale my own farts to the point where I can't smell anymore.
That's the thing that, like, Apollo 13, like, when they're having issues with their oxygen filter, they should have just started farting a bunch, because you can totally breathe that shit in.
Can astronaut food even cause farting, you know? That's
I don't know.
It's just
Do they
like
take
dry.
fake news into space?
Dude, I'm a simp. Simply in love with you.
Have you seen
Sweet.
Thunderpants?
Thunderpants, no.
Yeah. This is your new favorite movie, Danny.
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
It's like... Hang on, I'll look up the synopsis of
I have to
Thunderpants and
look
read this to you.
shit up. Thunderpants. Oh boy.
Alright. Patrick Smash is a young lad with an embarrassing problem.
Yeah.
Powerful, uncontrollable flatulence.
Ah.
Luckily, his best friend not only has no sense of smell, but is a genius who works out how to harness Patrick's power. First to win an unpowered flight competition, and eventually to help NASA in a rescue mission to a failing space station.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, it has farting and rocket ships.
This is it. The movies just went downhill since then. What year was this movie?
Early 2000s.
That makes sense.
2002.
Makes sense.
Oh, and it has Rupert Grint in it.
Rupert Grint. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's the genius. Ron Weasley is the genius in this movie.
Oh, fuck it. What's your favorite tea, Bungu? I don't drink tea. I gave up caffeine. I know there's caffeine-free tea, but I never drank tea, so it just became like a... Every time I have been offered tea, it's like, oh, why does this water feel weird, you know? It's like a water that leaves a weird layer in your mouth. That's my fault though for living a very destructive soda drinking lifestyle. I could only get off the drinks if they burnt my mouth to a crisp. Thank you for the $5, Assassin71. Thank you so much for helping to bring more people to the SCP community and providing it with more fun content. Glad to help. Tell the other 70 assassins or so to not kill me. Are you a Coke or Pepsi person? I am neither anymore. Although I did have caffeine-free Pepsi the other day, it tasted exactly the same. Lord Bong, are we there yet? There is nowhere to be, except right here, right now. Yo, it's the man. How you doing, Bong? Hey, not much. I'm not doing... How am I doing? How am I doing? Not much. That's proof that I'm getting tired. Ugh. Oh my god. Yellow watermelon or purple carrots? I actually did have, like a purple carrot juice drink earlier. It was mixed in with a bunch of other vegetables, but it was pretty good. So I'm gonna have to just vouch for purple carrots. Which sounds like a really dumb way to say eggplant. If you ever want to drink tea, choose the floral jasmine tea and the loose leaf kind. Its aroma is so sweet it gives it a slight hint of sugary illusion. Damn, we really got Big T up in the chat, just like trying to sell me tea. What else? Who are you? You can't be a human with all this amazing work. We need to know the truth. No. You make me blush, all of you. Feels so weird to get recognition from Senpai. Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it? I'm connecting with all these strangers who have various feelings towards me. And I can't see your faces. That makes it kind of scary. And a little less scary at the same time. It makes it creepy, but not scary. Yellow watermelon was the first thing I tweeted at you. Oh, that makes sense. This isn't Among Us. This is just a chill, talking to viewer stream. Yeah, I never did this. The stream title isn't like. Yeah, it's just in space again with. I wasn't false advertising or anything. Where'd that second guy go? You okay, Thomas?
Yeah. I just went to go pee pee.
Yeah, he went to go pee pee, everyone.
But I'm back now.
Connor is Canorian. He's from the planet Canoria, yeah. The council has allotted a single yike. Single yike. What solar system are you in?
Alpha Centauri.
Yeah, I'd say I'm in Alpha Centauri right now. 'Cause I can't see shit, dude, except for these GIFs. These goddamn GIFs. Following me everywhere I go. I'm gonna put in another GIF. Get rid of this awful, horrible. Put in a confinement GIF. There we go. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you guys remember this one?
Nice.
Who's your favorite YouTuber so far? I don't know. I've been given a lot of Funhouse lately. Want to see Lord Bong without glasses? Okay. Wow, that's me.
Wow, amazing.
It's crazy. These are just to protect me from the evil blue rays of the computer screen. Fun idea. What if tomorrow?
What do you think about like wearing glasses in public if you don't have a prescription? Like your eyesight is fine, but you're just wearing glasses for like aesthetic reasons.
I only do that with sunglasses and that's not for aesthetic reasons.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna judge somebody, but I'm gonna be confused. You know, if I'm feeling shitty, then I will be like, why the fuck are you doing this? There are people who need glasses, you know, like.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'll just be like, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I feel like that's something somebody would latch onto to say like, oh, this person is fake in every single way.
Yeah. Well, I've thought, I don't know, like I don't need glasses, but I've thought about like, I don't know, like I'm a big autistic nerd. Like, would glasses communicate who I am better to other people?
Right. Okay. So it's like a
Or
part of
like-
identity.
Yeah, or would that be like sort of, would that be crapping all over like what, I don't know, what people who actually have bad eyesight have to go through?
There might. I mean, there are lots of people, a significant amount of people who wear glasses. So there could be a spectrum of people who don't give a shit, and some that really do. Thank you for $5, Zach Ulysses. If tomorrow aliens come to announce they exist to another species. Plot twist: they speak Russian. They exist to another species. I don't really know what that means.
What about wearing 3D glasses in public?
Somebody gets mad, takes them off, and you're like, no, everything's 2D again. Anyone ever tell you look like a Filipino James Charles? Oh, I don't know how to feel about that. Feel about that comment.
GG Gamer said, the thing is, whenever I talk in the chat, he always looks away from the chat. I don't know, I guess that's part of that just comes with the territory of doing a live stream, is sometimes some things will be missed.
Yeah, I'm sorry, GG Gamer.
Just the usernames.
I'm sorry. Do you think we are alone in the universe? I don't think any of us are alone. I think we all are all... yeah, fuck it, I'll say it. I think we are all connected. I find that if you think about others enough when you're in those moments where you're suffering and just completely stuck in your own head thinking about nobody but yourself, and then you try and expand it to think about other people in a way that is empathetic, it's a supportive thing, you know? Not in a way where like, oh, I'm so depressed and I'm going to think about somebody in a worse situation so I don't feel as bad. It's more like every single person... Okay, there's this old Buddhist story about this this woman who is grieving because she lost her son. So she goes to the village yogi or the village guru or something. And he says, now go around to the town and ask everybody in town if they've ever experienced grief. And if they have, they will give you, ask them for 1 grain of rice. And she comes back with this entire bowl of rice. And then she eats the rice. But you get the point. Everybody has experienced grief, and that's what connects us all. You know, we've all experienced anger, we've all experienced happiness, we've all experienced all sorts of things.
Here's a question. Why do you think you decided to become a creator? Like, I understand it's probably not something you can really, like, psychoanalyze very well, but, like, I don't know, like, where did that come from?
Be a creator.
Was it like a desire to connect with people, or like a validation sort of thing, or like a...
Yeah, part of it is like attention seeking, but that's just, you know, if anybody is doing anything, it is a form of attention seeking sometime. Oh, okay, that's not true, I guess. When you create, there is this beautiful thing when people connect through the creation. And I like that. I like it when I think people are experiencing the same thing or something similar to what I'm experiencing when I create my thing. So yeah, in that way, it is attention seeking, but not in like, I will do anything for attention. It's like, no, I want to attention seek my way. I want people to have this conversation with me through creativity, through art, by telling a story without using words, you know? That's kind of what I'm looking for. It's a very specific artist-based attention seeking, where I'm just trying to do whatever the fuck I want and just hope that works out for me, you know, because there's also that incentive that, you know, if it doesn't work out for me, then I won't be able to pay my rent. You know, that's always there. Well, thanks for the $5, Alec Dudgeon. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Love from Brazil, man. We appreciate your work. Thank you. I appreciate that, Raphael. Hungry for rice now. Yeah, it do be like that. Lol, everyone starts going crazy on writing comments the moment Lol Bung looks at the camera. Oh, well, that's not where the comments are, so, that'll be very misguided of people.
Will there be confinement merch?
Oh yeah, there is confinement merch. I just don't advertise it as much. Fuck. Shit. Yeah, it should be on. I don't know where it is. Well, shit.
This is good marketing.
Yeah. This Oops. Are you annoyed because I asked too many questions? No, no. As long as they're sincere questions, then I'll never get annoyed. Not to say I don't like funny questions, but I'm probably not gonna answer a question if it's just like if you know exactly what the answer is, you know. Have any positive thoughts on chainsaw cannons? Chainsaw cannons, eh? I'm assuming they're cannons that launch chainsaws, or are they chainsaws that have cannons on them?
Or is it like a canon, as in like a narrative canon
Yeah.
that includes chainsaws as part of the universe?
Oh, it's just the canon for chainsaws. So like the industrial history of chainsaws. Somebody's rewritten history of it. Like, hey, do you like this one?
I want to know, when is the third car's history, the greatest car crashes in history coming up?
There's no more history.
No.
That's not true. That's objectively not true. I could literally just focus on different areas of global conflict and just input my own spicy little take using cars. It'll be really fucked up though. Being a creator is always about getting your ideas out and what you want people to see. You definitely get your ideas out there. Thank you, Artistic Flea. Artistic Flea is one of the designers for Confinement. So look at this boy. Look at him dance. Will Confinement feature that one SCP that's a withering old man that follows sound and is really fast? Are you talking about... Are you talking about Andrew Lloyd Webber? Never heard of that SCP. That sounds creepy as fuck. When were you first starting animation, what were some things you did to keep you on task? Well, when I first did it, it was just purely out of fun, so... on task wasn't really a thing that was that I kept in mind, because it was just for fun. There weren't any risks involved. There weren't any deadlines. So yeah, I realized that as long as I kept that mindset, then I'd be having a good time working, you know? Check Discord or I'll sub more than I already am. Alright. Alright, what you got? Alright, Sapphire's just sending me all of the home loan debt that she's in on Animal Crossing.
Oh no.
It's fucking miserable. Lord
Oh,
Bum.
here you go.
Huh?
Found you a Teespring store.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so my store is there, I think. I think it is. I hope it is. Wait. Oh no, I think I might have canceled my deal with Teespring. Oh well. Anyway, just buy it while it's still there, because I don't remember if I canceled my deal with Teespring or not. Yo Bong, here's a question. What drew you to make a story in the SCP world? What is your favorite aspect of it? Well, Dawn of the Shades. That's my friend. That's Dawn. I liked how completely structured and terribly evil it looked. And now it's kind of coming into the plot, where how evil it is part of the plot now. so I kind of just wanted to fuck around in that space, you know. I wanted to get a bit chaotic in there because of how structured and rigid it was. I think that might be one of the points at least. How did you find out about Micro Megas? I don't know. I know it's a poem by Voltaire, or a short story rather. I don't remember how I first heard it. This was during my like Tips Fedora phase, so it was probably through like an atheist commentator or something. According to Minecraft, I broke 60 bones. Why is your doctor's name Minecraft? Good morning, everyone. It's late night for me. How big is your team? Well, I got my boy Thomas here. I got Artistic Flea. He's one of my designers. I have Ivory does music sometimes. A bunch of people do music. There's a sound designer. And the voice actors. And then there's me. Yeah. It's not a tight team, so I don't even know if I'd call it a team. But it is like a loose group of people that we sometimes work with each other. Oh, hey, meet the swagger. Thank you for the $5. I'm back to give money.
Ooh, yeah. What are you gonna spend that $5 on?
I'm about to spend it on some decaf Pepsi.
I was gonna say.
What are your thoughts on sexism? Sexism is pretty
not
gay.
based.
It's not based. I was gonna say gay. it's pretty gay. And homophobia is pretty girly. Don't do sexism, kids. That's how you get no sex. Unless you're gay, then you can be sexist. That's the only reason to not be sexist, to have sex. No, that's terrible. Don't do that. Don't do that either. What if I had Connor having a montage of him doing just like random stuff but with epic music and slow-mo? I would like to see that. If somebody wanted to do that.
That's based.
That is based. This is still live? Yeah, baby. We live for a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe like at most like half an hour more. If
yeah, I think I'm starting to get a little bit tired.
Yeah, my back's going
grab
like.
some over there.
Yeah. Oh, wait, don't make me keep you up if you want to go lay down or something.
That's alright.
Alright. Awesome. I'm in school, so I won't be able to stay very long, but I'm glad I'm here. Hell yeah. I'm gay as fuck. I like dudes. Hell yeah, XD North. You keep liking dudes.
That is, in fact, pretty gay.
That is pretty gay. Pretty based. Oh, man. Sorry, I just got added to a group chat. Can you pay me for rat pics so I'm part of the team? Yes, I will do that right now. Send me rat pics over Discord, please. Unless you already did and I just didn't check. Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, I'm expecting rat pics now. Oh, thanks for the $10, meet the swagger. I wish I could give more, but I must go to school and die anyways. Hope you're all having a great day, great/night, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate the heck out of that. Me too, swagger. You have fun at school or don't. That's up to you. You just remember that Lord Bung is still here in space no matter what you're doing in school. I'm watching down on all of you. I like punching dudes. Does that count as something? It definitely counts. That's how you communicate with people in the world. Are you going to include SCP-1000, the Bigfoot one? Yeah. Maybe? I'll just say maybe. Do you do cereal first or milk first? Cereal. Fucking cereal first. Because if you do the milk If you do the milk. Because then you'll have less cereal in there. If you just pour the cereal on top of the milk, it'll just float.
I got a weird craving for Fruit Loops.
Yeah, they are really... It's like the texture and the taste is designed
Yeah.
to just like
So
trigger
good.
trigger some orgasmic tongue motion.
Oh, I'm an adult. I can just go buy Fruit Loops whenever I want, but I never do.
I'm a fucking adult. I have the right. I have the ability to do this shit.
Yeah, but why don't I?
Because you're an
Should I
adult.
go buy Fruit? Should I go buy Fruit Loops tomorrow?
No, you're an adult. You don't eat Fruit Loops.
No, but I want Fruit Loops,
That's
Danny.
true.
I-
You know what? You buy one of those
have
little mini cup packets of Fruit Loops.
Well, that's what I used to like whenever we went on like vacation with my family, like
Yeah.
we'd get those little boxes.
Ah, yeah.
So like I associate Fruit Loops even more with like positive energy. So like
Mm.
maybe in order to be happy, I just need to start eating Fruit Loops all the time.
Yeah, until it just starts getting associated with your pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, this stream is now sponsored by Fruit Loops, by the way.
Oh man.
Are
Yeah.
Fruit Loops the same in America? There probably aren't any Americans awake right now, actually, now that I think about it.
I think they're waking up, but they're going to school. For
okay.
whoever's going to school, I mean.
Oh
Or
yeah, on
work
the
or
other
whatever.
coast, yeah.
Imprison Connor in Brazil. Season 2 of Confinement is just gonna be like, I don't know what confinement in Portuguese is. It'll just be in the big scary text in Brazil. It wouldn't be confinement anymore. Not American, but I love Fruit Loops. It's pretty good. As a Floridian.
Did you ever make like?
Hmm?
Did you ever make like a Fruit Loops like necklace? Like you put Fruit Loops on a string, tie it around your neck, and then you
I
can
think
eat it.
so. I definitely made them out of Cheerios. Oh man, yeah. And then it's like, why did I make this necklace if I'm just going to be chewing on it all day? It's a temporary necklace, but maybe that's the lesson. You know? Maybe everything is temporary. That's what the necklace teaches you. Everything is sweet and temporary.
Confinement, Guantanamo Bay. Yeah, we want that that Zero Dark 30 style waterboarding scene in Confinement. That's gonna be so fun to animate.
I'm imagining somebody waterboarding the invincible reptile. You know,
Yeah.
just like this giant.
I had my first kiss watching Zero Dark 30,
Oh wow.
which I saw on TV the other night, and it is not a good like first time movie.
Well, I lost my virginity to Family Guy Star Wars. I understand.
Which one?
The second one. The episode 5.
Well, at least
Empire
it's not,
Strikes Back.
at least it's not the third one.
Yeah. Do you still live with your parents? Nah. But they do live just like in the same town now. I moved closer to them, so I could be with them more. Tell them that I love them. Lord Bong, how old are you? I am 25. How's your day going, Lord Bong? It's been pretty good so far. Thank you for the $2 awesome 1603. I'm sorry that what you said was not acceptable apparently. Damn bro, that's deep. I now want an episode revolving around Fruit Loops. You just might get it. You won't.
Yeah, I'll just turn in my animation to Lord Bung, and it's just gonna be Fruit Loops. You have no choice.
This is the animator strike. Am I gonna strike against myself in the animator strike? Yeah, probably.
No, I'll just like randomly draw Fruit Loops in the background and see if you notice.
It'll be like walking into somebody's room and noticing the mess, except you're looking at their animation and seeing like just Fruit Loops on the ground. It's like, why do you think this is normal? Why are you putting Fruit Loops on the ground? Because you just can't picture a room without Fruit Loops on the ground. What are Natalie's views on the fact that Connor would fillet chop his own pee off for a McDonald's Sprite? Why a McDonald's Sprite? Why a Sprite with ice? Did you have breakfast today? If yes, what did you have? I had some fish.
Fish for breakfast.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Apparently, you're allowed to have whatever you want for breakfast. You know, there's no certain breakfast you have to have.
I just had peanut butter on toast like a normal person.
Oh, I had peanut butter on toast the night before that morning where I had fish for breakfast. No, it's like there's just the setup for like breakfast is just a cultural thing. There isn't actually any dietary reason for it. Oh, thank you for $30, Jacob Kochi. I appreciate the hell out of that, man.
What kind of fish was it?
I don't know.
How did you have it?
I don't know. I just cut it up and I ate it.
Just like raw fish?
Yeah.
Just had like sashimi for breakfast?
Yeah, I just pulled it out of the river.
I just bit into it while it was still like wiggling around.
Yeah, I ate several living goldfish. My neighbors hate me. The lost one says, I have aggressive hemorrhoids. Dude, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah, that sounds really bad.
That your hemorrhoids are to such a degree that you're calling them aggressive. That's gotta be rough.
Oh, hello, Volgan.
Oh, there he is.
Talking about you earlier.
Yeah, bro. Always talking about the Volgan.
Saying how lovely you are.
Lovely and epic you are. Picturing Bung as a bear. That's me. Just whoosh, up by the salmon stream. Could you imagine the first grizzly bear to see a salmon, like the stream where the salmon jump up, you know? Like the first ever grizzly bear to find that. He's like, fuck yeah, dude. This is it.
This is my whole species now.
Yeah.
This is our
where
thing.
we're going. This is where we hang out. Oh, rat pics. Shit. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Jesus, 19 messages. Oh, they're all videos. Half of them are videos. Oh my god, they're so good. Oh, these rats are so good.
Hello, Bonnie.
Oh, Bonnie, hello. Oh, these are such good rats. Thank you, Sapphire. Thank you. Pew pew. What does he say? Lord Bung, what's your favorite food? Right now, there's this curry sausage recipe that I make with red mashed potato. I could really fucking go for some of that right now. Oh man, can you show us the rats? I'm not sure if I have the permission to.
I didn't ask these rats.
I did. Yeah. I don't know any of the SCP numbers, man. Sorry, I need to look them up. That's the story of my life. Just like that sentence.
Yeah.
I don't know the fucking numbers. The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
What do they mean?
Sorry, I just see Swanoska say like girlfriends are useless to me. Girlfriends are useless to me. It's a great sentence. Someone called Volgan daddy earlier in the stream, so I just said it back. Volgan is daddy. He is my father. Wait, no, yeah, we were all calling Volgan daddy. That's right.
Yeah.
He is our daddy, as in like our epic father. Show my babies, coward. They are ready for their 15 minutes of fame. Okay, let's see. Let's fucking do this. Gonna just, how do I do this again? Add, display capture, yep. Nope, no, wrong one. How do I OBS, bro?
We got love from Northern Ireland from Fox toast.
Oh hell yeah!
Sick. Let's go to Northern Ireland. That sounds pretty cool.
I would love to check out all of that area in the
You've just
world.
added a browser source. Browser sources let you display a web page.
That's what I'm doing, right? I'm opening browser,
Oh, that's dangerous.
then, and nope, not
Should
working.
you delete your history, bro?
Bro. No, I'm just an idiot. Yeah, I'm just a dummy.
Volgon, I can say that I know every SCP by number. Wait, no, I know every SCP number. I don't know them by number, but I can definitely count to 5,000 or 6,000. Is it 6,000 now?
Is somebody harassing Volgan for some numbers? Some SCP numbers?
What do they mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Volgan must go to Brazil. Why must he go to Brazil? Why do you keep sending people to Brazil?
Are we in the with SCP? Do they? I don't actually know the answer to this, but I'm assuming you don't need to fill up every number in a particular like series of SCPs before you move on to the next one, because like we're already up to the 5,000 series right now, aren't we?
I think so.
And I think we haven't filled up all of the 4,000, have we? I don't know.
I don't know. I always thought that it would, just because that's kind of how
Yeah.
that's kind of how like this my logical mind works. But
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. Volgan says you can claim any unclaimed number.
Oh, okay, it's like a license plate. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So
There isn't quite
Okay.
6,000 to be fair. You telling me there isn't a 6969 fucking SCP 6969?
But like they increase the limit on it, don't they? Like, I can't just go and make SCP like 8,000, can I?
Bro. We'll just have like an obnoxiously long number that just goes past the screen. You know?
Oh, I'm sure it's.
Or can I put in one of those symbols that make it way bigger than it is? Like can I have like a fifth dimensional SCP that's like SCP 3939 squared or something?
SCP 0x10 to the C.
Yeah. SCP, and it's just a bunch of ancient Greek letters. They are asking what is the size of the comically large spoon is. It's comically large. If you erase one event in the history, what would be it? So, in real history,
Probably that one really embarrassing thing that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, the way we just handled that, we basically did it. We basically erased history. Turn myself into a spoon, Morty. I'm Spoon Rick. Bro, we doing spoons now. Fuck, I love spoons. They're so useful.
I prefer forks.
Get the fuck out of my stream. I was expecting this in chat, but if I could prevent any event in history, it will have to be my birth. Every fucking time. Grr. Why you grrring me? I don't know how to show your rats. I'll just save a picture of one of your rats. Oh, I'll save a video of your rats, actually. And then I'll play it on stream so that it's, like, permanently playing. And people
Bonnie said spork
ask.
love. Do you like sporks?
Fuck yeah, I love sporks.
Sporks are alright.
And I love Vonnie. Have a good day, Vonnie. Oh, that's a good rat video. I might
Are
take
you
that.
actually in Brazil, Volgan?
What if I told you I'm in Brazil? No. Bro, if he actually was. That's also a good rat video. I might take that one.
Adobe Hitler says, I have never seen a spork in my entire life. Well, I don't think you've lived until
Yeah.
you've seen a spork.
Yeah,
Until you've eaten with a spork.
it's literally like, it's literally like the Matrix breaking around you once you see a spork, right? It's crazy. Oh, there's one nibbling on cheese. I might take that one.
Oh, Volkan's like, I'm an island, unfortunately. I'm just gonna search, like, can we just search island in Google Images and put an image of that on the stream?
Alright, I'm just
Like-
downloading a rat right now. That was a weird sentence. Snapchat.
Oh, is it
rat.
like there's that like Simpsons bit with the comic book guy like downloading a picture of Janeway naked or something,
Yeah.
and it's like just going one by one line by line because
Yeah.
it's dial up.
Yeah. I got a rat. Where is it? There it is. I was about to upload this fucking video of my Dookie song with a picture of the rat. Oh shit, where'd it go? Oh my god, the rat just vanished. Oh my god, come on. Get back here. I have to redo the rat. Hold up.
Rat are pretty hard to catch, I have to say.
They This one just fucking ran away from me.
So another story, I was talking about my great grandfather in World War One a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
One of the stories he told in his interview was ooh, that's oh, that's so
Go,
cute.
it just keeps vanishing. Hold on,
I saw
maybe
it.
maybe it needs to loop. Maybe there's a looping thing I need to do.
Anyway, one of the
Oh, yeah, there
stories
it
he told was they used to set up fires at night, and
Yeah.
then they'd like rats would come and be attracted to the fire, and
Yeah.
then they'd shoot them with their handguns.
Oh my
for fun.
god. Oh, for food.
No, for fun.
Oh, okay, well that's
Yeah.
that's different.
Hey, it's World War One.
It's World War One. It's World War One. Okay, we got a rat. We got a good rat. This is Sapphire's rat. Just hanging out in a little fold of a thing. Rat cannot be contained.
That's a real cute rat. I want to pet it.
Yeah, bro. Oh man. I wonder if rats can get high.
Probably.
And my friend who I go to smoke with, they have a couple of rats that just sort of jump around in this big cage. And if there were rats that were high, it would definitely be those rats, just because of how much weed is in that house. It's an intense wafting layer of marijuana just in the air of that home. So, okay, what's this? What attitude do you hate the most? I don't really know. I think it's kind of contextual. Like, I'd have to be in a bad mood to really know these things. I don't know, any kind of attitude that puts yourself above other people, you know, that kind of condescending talk, or I try not to let it get to me, though, you know. I try to take it I try to take the valuable part out of it instead of the just running into the wall of how offensive it can be. I find that I'm having a better time just in general because of that. So yeah. I don't know. Is there an attitude that particularly pisses you off, Thomas?
Yeah, I'd agree. I think the main thing that I sort of value in people or relationships in general is authenticity. So
Yeah.
I don't know, like if I sort of interpret your like attitude as being based on something inauthentic, I'm probably less likely to accept it.
Yeah.
But I'd say, like, I don't know, I'm not a big fan of, like, I don't think anyone's a fan of being around like negative attitudes.
Yeah, unless that's well, a lot of people use it as a defense, you know, where you hang around shitty people because you see them as stronger for some reason. You think that that well, the world is shitty and everyone's shitty, so I'm gonna be shittier to defend myself, you know.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed some people, like, they sort of have an attitude where, I don't know, like, everything they find amusing is, like, putting other people down and, like...
Yeah. It's like, who hurt you, bro? Who hurt you? You know?
Yeah.
And I understand being a bully. I used to be a bully. I used to...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You beat people up?
No. It was just like... I would just be part of the group, you know? I'd be part of the group that would be making fun of people.
Okay.
And I just wanted to be on the good side of that group, you know? And it's not, you know, it's a very shameful part of my history, and it sort of reaches up into my adulthood as well. And it's like, but the reason that I did shit like that is because that shit happened to me, and I thought that was the only way you can live. That was the only way you can exist, and that people who were happy with their lives were privileged enough to not ever be bullied. But then I realized that, oh, actually everybody has been bullied at least once in their life, and that you can actually live in a lifestyle that doesn't require putting other people down to bring yourself up, you know? And in fact that we can actually connect through our vulnerabilities, and the fact that we all have vulnerabilities is what makes us the same, and all that good hippie jazz. Yeah. So, and I still get judgmental in my head, and I try not to. I don't try to push it away, but like I try and acknowledge it now when I get judgmental, you know. And I find that when you start to pay attention to the judgmental thoughts in your head, you begin to realize where these thoughts come from and where these voices come from. Everyone is a bully and everything is political. Okay, well that's absolutely not what I said, but I'm sure you're joking though. Can I get a dab in the chat? Everybody dab right now at your chairs. I thought that whole bully to not get bullied was just a lie. No, it's like definitely a thing. Sometimes if you're in a group and everybody in that group is shitty, and then you decide not to be shitty, they will accuse you of virtue signaling or trying to be better than you actually are, or whatever, you know, and you end up bullying. And it happens, and it's a choice. You can choose to be a bully, or you can choose to do the harder thing, which is leave. And we're dabbing.
I'm
yeah.
gonna have to boot all of you for spamming in the chat, sorry.
No! I don't know how to dab, but I mentally dabbed. No, it's not that hard. What am I looking at? Why chat's dabbing what? It really be like that. We just be dabbing in chat while I talk about universal love. Now the life that I try to live is trying to be as positive as I can, because trying to be as aware as I can, I guess, and that as a result it helps me realize that I actually do want to be loving. I do want to be happy, you know. I do want to be in this place where I could run into anything in the world and not freak out and get defensive and close my heart and get angry and get stubborn. I want to live this life where I can where anything can happen to me and I would accept it, you know, as easily as I would accept something comfortable, you know.
I just want to be a sad emo boy.
I used to want to be a sad emo boy, and I was doing a really good job at it. Yeah.
Do you ever do not safe for work, Connor and Doctor? I think the fans take care of that.
Yeah, that's kind of like the reason you make a show is if you want porn of your OCs, you make a show, and you just have to look it up. Can you put a tiny image of a rat foot on screen too? A rat foot. Let me just get a picture.
Just get a foot of a real foot. A picture of a real foot. Just a human foot.
Rat paws. Rat paws are really cute. They look like human hands though. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, I think Volgan said something about that earlier.
Rat.
It's like, wow, they look like human feet.
Yeah. No, I have one. Maybe. I already have a little baby right here. They're vibing out. What happens to the podcast? Watch every episode of it and was so happy it was no longer retired and became retired again. Is there any reason? Yeah, we just kind of went our separate ways.
Well, you guys aren't even in the same town anymore.
Yeah, we don't live in the same place anymore. What's your opinion on your animation skill? That depends on what time of the day it is. You'll say yes once you check Discord. It's a sexy foot. All right.
Oh no.
Oh whoa, that's a that's a sexy foot. Vonnie sent me an article title. It's just like researchers find lab rats on marijuana just can't be bothered. They makes rats less willing to exert cognitive effort, lazy. But you know, that's just like your opinion, man. that's what the article says. It's amazing. Rat feet. Yeah, you all can look up rat feet on your own time, you sickos. When people die, what do you want to happen? What is your perfect afterlife? I think it would have to be just reincarnation, as miserable as that can be, you know? Because you could just reincarnate into the... I like the Buddhist way of looking at it, where the energy, the personality, I suppose, that you have created momentum in this life will take momentum into the bardo, which is the dream state between reincarnations. And if you are unable to become aware of that and become aware that nothing is real and that your personality isn't real, then you'll end up just returning to a very similar place, you know? Like if you are full of anxiety and hatred and anger and insecurity and all that, then you'll end up just tuning into a frequency of a baby being born with that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like the goal there is just to change. And that makes more sense to me than, I don't know, an eternal state like heaven where you are just constantly happy, because you can't really be happy constantly. You sort of need the context of unhappiness to be happy. You unless you're one of those Christians who believe in a particular type of heaven that is like a state of peace, then I dig that. A state of peace, I love that shit.
I want to go to hell. That place sounds lit.
I'd rather burn with the sinners than cry with the saints. Sinners are much more fun. Oh, we would only the good die young. Yeah, fucking Billy Joel. Any Billy Joel fans? No, fuck y'all. Fuck all of y'all. Bong, you gonna stream Sunday again, or just sticking to usual Thursday? Also scrappy. I'm not sure. I might do Sunday again because that was fun. White. Just white. Just so saying all caps white. Is that from the Billy Joel reference? Yeah, you're not wrong, I guess. Oh, ow. Oh, got 2 minutes left on stream, fellas. Visit my Animal Crossing island. I don't even play Animal Crossing.
I
What?
have Animal Crossing, but I haven't played it.
Can I go
I started to play it, and then I set like a tent down for like one of my villages, and then I was like, oh wait, this is gonna be really hard to change. What if I don't want my town to be laid out like this? Oh god, and then I never turned it on again.
Rip, dude. Fucking rip in peace.
Okay, now they're all just saying white in the chat.
Good. That's it. That's what we're doing it. Can I get a oof? No, I'm so late. Yeah, no, yeah, literally 1 minute left. That's how late you are. I'm sorry. But, I'm acknowledging
Baba
you.
Booey.
Hmm?
This one of the comments you got in the chat was Baba Booey.
Baba Booey. I got 450 hours in Animal Crossing. Proof in Discord. Oh, I'm about to check this shit out.
Now that's some gamer cred.
Some fucking gamer cred. Actually don't know how to know this. I believe you though. I believe you, Sapphire.
Yeah, I believe you too.
Could Connor ever visit Flavor Town? The fucking anomaly Flavor Town. Do you have a Discord? Yeah, I do, but I'm not sure if I'm quite ready to link it again. I kind of having my boy. Really, it's mostly just one boy who is who's fixing it up for me. But maybe next stream, I'll talk about it with my boy. Not everyone was bullied, and if you think that you are severely underestimating it and minimizing the harm it does, and if you think that you are severely underestimating the harm it does, it's a toxic mindset to make us all feel better about shitty things they did. I'm not really sure how that sentence, what you're saying exactly, but yeah. Yeah, no, bullying is awful. I really don't know what you're saying, so I don't know what to agree with or disagree with.
Yeah, some of the comments are just like, it's like they're thinking it as they type it.
Yeah, or maybe there's like a language barrier.
Yeah,
It's all
maybe.
good.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm not gonna bully you. Don't want to bully. Don't want to judge. You can do Discord bot server managing stuff if you need. I'm a wizard at it. Oh, well, talk to Mal Rinky. He's one of my mods in Discord. And you too, you can work that shit out. We're starting a bungus band. Oh man. If you actually do, I would be very amazed.
Do you play any instruments?
Oh no, I am the instrument. They're just gonna slap my belly and that'll be the drum.
Yeah.
Being a bully only makes you weak. It's true, because of what you value. If what you value is separating yourself from people, then you can only be weak. You know, instead of accepting that we are all connected, so accepting that we're all the same and that we all share the fact that we are vulnerable and the fact that we all can get sick and die. The fact that we all live in a world that is changing and that we get scared and frightened and things get unpredictable and stressful. The fact that we can all end up in the same place, we could all get cancer, we could all die, is the reason why we need to stick together and the reason why we need to take care of each other. And if you're gonna live a life of putting other people down, then what are you doing? You know? It's petty. It's a short-term fix of power, you know? It's a really short term. It's like a gambling addiction of strength, you know? It's not great. And it's very well, it's shitty, but it's also unsustainable. How to kind of find out about weed? There's no way he would know about it. Well, Natalie would tell him about it. Also, maybe weed was on the internet. He still has internet there. It's just very blacklisted. Bullying is not pog. That's exactly right. Anyway, it's 11 o'clock. for me, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah, it's 11:30 for me.
Oh shit! Yeah, no, yeah, it's bedtime. It's bedtime,
Bed and
everybody.
time.
Oh, my back is making noises. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. You beautiful, beautiful people. You are all so lovely, and I hope that you have a long, long, happy life. Good
See
night.
you guys.
See ya.